It's warm in here. God, warm in night. I've just trained. I've been in the sun. I've been in the sun, baby. We beat the Trolls, by the way. Did you see the pathetic one they did last night? Oh my God, everyone's just laughing at them. What an embarrassment. The he-she. Sorry, I'm sneezing. He-she. He-she-an. 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 Or is it Kerry-an? Sorry. Or is it Terry-an? Fucking hell. Don't know if you're fucking coming or going. Fucking hell. When you got, allegedly, he got done, or she got done, for sexually assaulting 2 police officers. I'm presuming you touched up the Bobby's helmet. Get in here, you. Sexually assaulting 2 Bobby's helmets. Fucking hell. I knew you'd all laugh. I knew you're pissing up laughing at that one. Yeah. You're being done for touching up 2 Bobby's helmets. Fucking hell. Official topic talk. Stay all right, brother. Matt Rowley. Matt Rowley. Anyway, Trap Mafia. Love you, lad. Donna, I love you. Hope you're okay. Ram Raider. As always, a pleasure to see you on. I hope you're okay, Steve. Heard from you for a while. Hope you're okay. Everything's okay. Everything's sticking your boo. Steve, Matt, at the bottom. Steve, I couldn't fucking phone you. I've got your number. Fell asleep last night. I was exhausted. I woke up today at 4 o'clock. Fucking exhausted. Training. I've been doing this new routine. It's like exercises for hip flexors. Now you've got your hip flexors, which is the ones here where when you sat in a chair all day and you're paralysed like I was for 2 years. The weekend, so they go away week, and then you've got the pirialis is called. It's another muscle, and then you've got your gluteus maximus, which is your bum cheeks. They all go weak. So the bum cheeks actually help you walk and your movements because that's the biggest muscle in your body. It's from the back of your kneecap all the way to the top of your bum. That's the gluteus maximus muscle. Now that one there you can strengthen up. But one of the best things to do if you can, just do squats on your bed. So if you fall, you'll fall on the bed. So if you can do squats, all you guys there, even if you can do a couple, like 1 or 2, every 2 or 3 days, I put an extra one up. And if you get up to like 50 squats a day, especially people in the 50s, you're doing good, doing really good. But another little tip is, if you've got a couple of dumbbells in the house, 4 key dumbbells, all you need 4 keys, do a few exercises and stuff with them. Because if you don't move it, you lose it. So what happens, the muscle starts to deteriorate. When you get to 40, 50, 60, it fucking flies down. So you get loss of muscle. So if you can get a couple of dumbbells or even a couple of bags of shopping, you can put like bags of shopping, carry bags, 2 or 3 carry bags together, put so many tins in each bag and walk about with the bags up and down your passageway. And then the next week, put another 2 tins in, another 2 until you get your strength up. If you can do that for 5 minutes every day, just walk them, like, maybe they've got 10 key in each bag. If you can do that, just start off like 2, 3 or 4 key, build it up. That is one of the best things for giving you strength overall body. It does your traps, it does your grips in your hand, it does your forearms, it does your latimus dorsi. I'm doing it all in Latin and all the words, latimus dorsi, which is your lats, the trapeze major. All them type of things, so your traps work better. It also does your calves and helps your feet and your balance. So if you've had a fall and hit out and you're losing your balance and you've got enough balance, what it is, 90% of it will be muscle wastage, a loss of muscle. If you've had injuries and you've been in hospital for quite a long time, you'll lose a lot of muscle tissue because you sit and do nothing. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So you just got to try and do it. Even if you can sit and stick your legs out like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Lift them back up, sitting on a chair, just anything, or doing your calves up and down, just lean on your calves like that and press to the top, back down, just try and get some little exercise doing, stops you getting thrombosis. If you train every day, a little bit of training every day, 10 minutes a day, it stops you getting diabetes as well. Most people over 50s get diabetes because they're obese and they're not training. It's the training that stops you getting it because it opens your arteries up when you're training, your heart, lungs are pumping. So if they're pumping, it's pushing all the garbage out in your veins that get blocked. So it takes the blockages out of your veins. But the main thing that gives you heart attacks, it's smoking, and sugar. They're the worst two things for forgiving you. And diabetes were the worst things. Is sugar. Sugar is terrible. They used to think it was fat, animal fat, of animals. People used to have dripping in fat. Oh, I'd dripping in bread. Or I'd have a dripping bread sandwich. Your mum would do like say chips or something like you'd have the frying pan there with your eggs, whatever, and it'd go like butter. The dripping, and you do that and you'd eat it. Fucking horrible. So it's animal fat. So it's not good for you to eat any fat. So that builds up in there, cholesterol builds up in your arteries, and that's what gives you the strokes and heart attacks and stuff. So then you've got to eat decent food as well. Try and get out of bed and do a little bit of exercise. If you do your exercises, then your body's going to be fitter. And if your body's fitter, your mind's fit and clearer, and you can start going for walks. And because if you're sat in the house not moving and not doing anything, the diabetes goes up by about 50%. Your depression goes up through the roof, as you know. So if you're exercising, it makes a healthy body, healthy mind, because you produce endorphins, all different types of gamma, beta in your brain you produce. And they're the feel-good factor. It's like feel-good factors, like vitamins. When you take vitamins, they're really good. Vitamin D, really good. You need to take that. Vitamin C, really good. Cod liver oil is good for you. Magnesium is good for people who've got restless leg syndromes because it makes your mind calm down. And it's good for your mind because it calms your mind down. Have one before you go to bed, and then one about an hour before you go to bed. So that will calm your brain down. It's really good for period limb movement disorder, which is when you're in bed, you kick your legs like that for no reason. Some people know what I'm on about, some people won't know, but I call it kicky leg syndrome. You just sat there, you'll kick like that. You'll be like, oh, my legs. You're rubbing your legs at 4 or 5 in the morning. You're doing that, banging them. You're walking up and down the stairs. For anyone who's got it, it's horrendous. Honestly, it's really bad. What?
You've got 2 questions here.
Yeah.
So one that's saying I've got the same injury as yours. Right, what you try and protect your back, which puts strain on your legs and hips. And the other lad said, right, I'm trying to bulk up. What's the top food to eat after a workout?
The best thing you need to do is before you train, you need to about an hour, 2 hours before you train. You need about 5 meals a day. The reason why you need 5 meals a day, because when you have 5 meals, you eat a meal, and then when you're eating the meal, you've ate it. Then your body starts digesting it in your stomach. So if it's digesting it, what happens is when you're digesting food, it's like a tumble dryer going around. It's burning up the calories. So if you have these 3 massive meals, like a big Sunday dinner, 3 of them, they're no good because you can't digest it all properly. It's sludgy in your stomach and you struggle. But when you're full, don't eat anymore. Don't eat like a pig where you can't. Never going to eat spaghetti all days again. Eat till you're full. That's it. But 5 small meals, every 2-3 hours. 3 hours I was having 15,000 calories a day when I was 24 stone. You have to take if you read up all the top powerlifters in the world do it. Every top bodybuilders are on 5,000 or 6,000 calories. So if you've got a mini, you put a 5 in it, you drive all over. But if you've got a fucking 5 litre car, you put a 5, it won't even start it up. So the bigger you are, the more you need to eat. So the more you eat, you've got to eat big to get big. But the thing is, with food, what you've got to do, there's a thing in your body called glycogen in your liver. Now that's glycogen sources here. So when you eat potatoes, bananas, fruit, yogurts, that's all sugars. They're all sugars. Every one of them, they're all sugars. And when they go in your body, they go into the breakdown in the body, in the gut, and then they go into the glycogen in your liver. Now your liver's, obviously you all know what that is. So the liver's like a battery, and the glycogen like the energy source. So it's like when it's stocked full of sugar, then you also put protein in. So what you put more protein in than you do sugar. So you probably have maybe 30% protein, 50%. That's 30% protein, 50% protein, 30%, 25 carbs and 25 fats, or you could have a less. But a lot of people do it on that ratio. But you've got to have more protein because that's what your body. You can eat sweets and cakes and biscuits all day long. They won't put weight on. You just get fat. You need protein. What you do, you go to the gym, you break down the muscle, and it's called microscopic tears. They used to think it was what's it called? Lactic acid. The lactic acid buildup. They used to think it was that. It's not. You actually, that's why you ate 2 days later. So you're breaking down the muscle tissue by training on the weights. If it's lightweight, with more reps. Or if it's a heavyweight with less reps, you're still breaking down the muscle. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, you're still going to gain. So if you do, I used to do both lightweight with loads of reps. Next week, heavyweight with low reps. So you're hitting two. You've got two muscle fibers. You've got two muscle fibers. You've got your red fibers and your white. So people used to think if you trained heavy, like even Mike Tyson, oh no, I don't train heavy, it slows you down. It doesn't. It's a total different opposite. It's old wives' tale. It's like that big fat lad can turn all that fat into muscle. Well, that's shite. It's like that lad there can turn that water into wine. Not Jesus Christ. There's no such thing as turning fat into muscle, right? It's like saying that plastic bottle, I can turn it into paper. You can't. It's plastic. So fat is fat. Then you've got some continuous fat, which is that really, really bad fat, which is hard to lose. So you go to the gym, get up in the morning, first thing, have a bowl of porridge, 2 or 3 eggs, even a couple of slices of bacon, and a slice of toast, or 2 slices of toast. Sets you off great. The king of breakfast, right? That's the king's breakfast. So then later on, before you train, about an hour before you train, you have a protein drink with creatine, glutamine powder. 30 grams of 40 grams of protein will do you, and you put that in, mix it. Now people used to do it with milk. If you do it with milk, you're wasting your money because it takes about 2 hours to 3 hours to digest milk. Because what milk does, it's about cow's milk. It's not fit for people. You can't break it down. You can't try it on the night, but it's no good. You need it in, so you need that straight in. While it's in water, the energy. You've got your carbs and your protein. You can even add 25 grams of carbohydrates to it with porridge oats. So 25 grams of porridge oats, or 30 grams of porridge oats, 30 grams of protein, creatine, glutamine, and have that. Take it with water, and that'll go straight in your system in about 20 minutes. But if you put it with milk curdles into little tiny balls in your stomach, tiny little balls, and it takes hours and hours and hours to digest. So by the time the window comes, it's closed to give you the energy to put the glycogen and protein in the body. So you need to get that in. So you go to the gym, you train. So then you push yourself to the limit. Then you burn the glycogen out your liver because you're doing your training. The glycogen's gone. So you do the same thing. As soon as you finish the gym, you don't wait an hour to go home to get your protein drink. You take the protein drink to the gym with you, and you've got to replenish that glycogen and water, carbohydrates and protein. So put a banana in it, because that's full of sugar, to put the glycogen out your liver. Put 25, 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of porridge and water, about a pint of water, 2 pints of water. Drink it straight off. Like sip it through when you go and get it in your body, go straight in, and it replenishes, so that it starts rebuilding. So what you've done, you've broken down all the muscle tissue. It's gone little microscopic tears. Now the protein, the creatine, the glutamine, all that stuff you put in now, that's to rebuild. It's like a wall where the plaster falls off. Plaster man comes in, mixes the plaster, and starts putting it on. So it's like loads of the protein. I mean, it's like plaster you put on the wall and repairing it all. So all them little cracks and bits and bobs in your body, out of tell, they're all getting put back together, and that's what happens. So a good thing, if you really ache the next day or the day after, take 10 grams of branched chain amino acids before training and 10 after, and there'll be hardly any pain because they repair the muscle tissue exponentially quick, really, really quick. They're really good. Most top bodybuilders aren't taking protein like they used to. They're all taking amino acids. So you've got to put in, then on the night time, you've got to put more food. So you've got to have another meal. So you might have, say, chicken, half a cup of rice, or a cup of rice, depends how big you are. Chicken, rice, baked potato, a yam. You need the carbs in your body as well, so you know. And then you can have that chicken or fish. So I have meat 4 days a week, right? I'll have steak 4 days with white rice. Then I'll have baked potato, pasta. Have a high calorie one, like a cheap one. I might have, like, say, 3,000 or 4,000 calories a day. And then 1 week on the night, maybe on a Friday, I might eat 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 calories to give you a cheat. But that cheat then helps to repair the muscle, helps to repair your body. Your body's exhausted at the end of the week, and you train for Friday, Saturday, you're knackered. Put that Friday, get up Saturday morning, your body's full, because it takes all that energy and all the muscle tissue builds up better. So you still need a bit of cheat food, unless you're really overweight. And that's how you do it. So you have 5 small meals, and then because they're digesting. The 3 big meals, if you digest it, Now, you can eat as much protein as you want on the night. Stop eating carbohydrates on the night. Don't have any bread after 7 o'clock. Bread is full of sugar. It's just all sugar. Big potatoes, sugar. Sweets, sugar. Biscuit, sugar. Any carbohydrates is sugar. It's proper carbohydrates. So as soon as you eat any fruit, sugar. There's dextrose, fructose. There's that many white sugars, brown sugars, that many sugars. It's nearly all sugars. But if you're eating just meat takes about 3 hours to digest. Carbohydrates take about 2 hours. So you can eat more protein because there's no sugars in it. And if you eat sugars on the night, you can't sleep either. The sugars keep you awake because it goes. As soon as you eat potatoes, pasta, rice, corn, all them things, they're full of sugar. So as soon as you eat it, it goes straight in your pancreas. Your pancreas then produces insulin. The insulin wakes up and it keeps you awake. And you're like, oh, I can't sleep because you look at your drinks and things like that later in the night. It keeps you awake. You can't get sleep because your body is trying to go to sleep. It's probably full of sugar. It's full of sugar, so you don't need that. So on the night, I would have like peanut butter, no bread, peanut butter, a couple of peanut butters, some nuts. You can have nuts are good. Meat, piece of chicken leg, pork leg, something like that, whatever. Any type of meat on the night, and that's what puts the muscle on you. It's the protein that puts the muscle on. The carbs give you the energy. Without the carbs, you'd be like just lethargic. But you need to put that carbohydrates straight back in the protein. You can still drink milk on the night. You can have a drink of milk if you want, because it's fat than milk, but it's really good for the body. The two main things that have got amino acids is eggs and milk. And they've got the full 21 amino acids. That's what you need. They're in abundance. They're the only two things that have fully got them. That's why proteins and acids made with milk. Please hit the like buttons, everyone. If everyone's on watching, 116, 20 people thumbs up. Yes, it's not. And this shit about training every day, don't miss. It's rubbish. If you're in the gym and you're tired, if you had a car, right, and you're driving 100 mile everywhere there, 100 mile an hour everywhere you go, it's going to go, what the fuck? The wheel, the fucking bearing's gone or something, or something's blue and the tank's blue, the head gasket's gone or something, because you can't. It's like having a tumble dryer on all day, 7 days a week. It's going to blow up. Or a washing machine. You can't push things to the limit. So you push your body and then you go and take your stuff and relax and calm down. And one of the main things is to grow is, for God's sake, don't be taking drugs with it. Because if you take cannabis and stuff, it counter-reacts when you're training. It makes you more lethargic as well. And you don't get enough. You don't push yourself to the gym as much because you've got all that shit in your system. I didn't take nothing like that. Yeah, vegetables are good, mate. You can have vegetables, but they're the same as if you have vegetables, you can have fruit. But the thing is, you still got to have the same ratio. It's still the same thing, carbohydrates. And sleep's the most important thing you need. So you get up, you eat, you eat, train, wake, sleep, repeat. That's all you did every day, 7 days a week. That's what I used to do. Do you burn more calories while sleeping? Your body's no, I wouldn't say so, because you're asleep, because your body's shut down then. Your body still can burn calories when you sleep because it's burning them down, but when it's asleep, your brain's another thing. Your brain needs to sleep, and when your brain's asleep, it brings out. See, if you go to sleep, what happens is the main thing that comes out is called growth hormone, GH, growth hormone. But the thing is with growth hormone, people don't know is if you have growth, your growth hormones coming out, especially when you're young, you don't need to take it. The steroid type one, you don't need to take it. So if you're asleep, your growth hormone, that's when you grow. You grow when you're asleep. You're full of, your fucking body gets massive when you're asleep. All bodybuilders now get up in the morning, train, have the protein drink or something without carbs, just like you have chicken legs and all that, or just pure amino acids. Then they go back to bed for an hour because your body goes back to sleep. And then they'll go and get the breakfast and they'll sit about watching telly for an hour. So then they'll go to the gym and train. And they'll come out of there and then they'll take this, whatever they take, the protein drinks and that, and they'll go back home, sleep again. So every time you sleep, your growth hormone's working. But the thing is, what you can't do, I'll try and explain it in layman's terms for you because it's quite hard to understand. You've got a thing in your body called your pancreas, which produces sugars, which is insulin. The insulin produces sugars. So when my doctor cut me out 3 fucking times before he got it. He couldn't even understand it. He said, I don't understand. 30 odd years ago this before. Most people didn't have a fucking clue. So I said, look, you're doing it all wrong. I just told him how to train. I did high intensity interval training with him. He was training. He said, but that's only like 2-minute warm up, a minute fast, a minute slow, a minute fast, a minute slow. It's not even 10 minutes. I'm doing an hour run. I said, yeah, when you're doing an hour running, you're running at the same pace every day. So you're not doing anything. But if you're sprinting 50 meters and getting there, you're pushing your body to the limit. So you get to 50 meters and you walk back and you sprint another 50 meters. You do that 5-6 times. That'll be better. He said, but that's only not even 3 or 4, it's only even 4 or 5 minutes. I know it's less, it's about 4 or 5 minutes. He did it within 4 weeks. He said, he phoned me back. He went, I can't believe it. He said, I've lost 30 pounds in 5 weeks by doing that, what you said. The sprint, because you're pushing yourself to the limit, pushes the growth hormone up then. Your growth hormone thinks, oh, my fucking legs are killing me. The only thing it can repair it then is the growth hormone. So the body then produces an abundance of growth hormone. But the one thing you can't do is you can eat protein, but you can't have a carbohydrate. Now, if you have a carbohydrate drink, which is sugars or glucose, what we usually do, you can only do this twice a week, by the way, because you couldn't do it. I'll explain. So you can only do that twice a week where you push yourself on the sprints. You can't do it every day. You burn yourself out. Plus, you wouldn't be. You need carbs in your body. So you can miss the carbs for 2 days. So what you do is you sprint and you burn you do all your stuff. So then you're going to go to bed. So when you sleep, right, your body produces growth, like I've just told you. But if you have a sugar drink or slice of bread's full of sugar, if you have anything, any carbs whatsoever, what happens is the pancreas produces insulin, because the insulin is a hormone that counteracts the growth hormone and cuts it off. So the growth hormone just stops, shut the door, just stops it completely. It stops it straight away. So the only way you can do that is twice a week. So you can twice a week, say on Monday you did it, and then you eat your carbs out the next few days, and then maybe you do it on a Thursday or whatever. You do it twice a week. You can't do it any more than twice a week, but it helps you keep all that body fat down, and it helps your muscles repair, and it helps you get a lot fitter. But you cannot take any sugars while you're going to bed, because your body, what the growth hormone produces a lot more when you've got no sugars in your body. But if you take sugars, it just cuts the insulin. I'll go up the pancreas and I'll cut it off from your growth hormone, which is produced from the hypothalamus in the brain. It's called the pituitary gland. And the doctor said, I'm going to fucking clue you're on about the same as all you. Well, you probably get the gist of it. I never sit down, Papa. You must be sitting down watching this, though. Yeah, you need to fucking. If you run about and doing things, your body fucking, you don't grow as big. When I started resting more and arguing with people and all that shit, that makes your cortisol levels go through the roof. Now, your cortisol levels is one where it's the fight or flight mode. So if you've got that cortisol levels sky high, that's when you have heart attacks. That's when people just drop down right now. Just massive heart attack for no reason. Or like, so let's say, for instance, you're driving a car down the street, and we've all done it, and somebody cuts you up, and you go, you fucking wank, I'll smash your face in, and you chase them and all that shit. Well, that's flight or fight. It's the same thing. So your cortisol levels are going up, your brain's sending a signal to you, danger, warning. So you either run or fight. So because you're screaming at and going mental, that makes it go through the roof, and that's when you have heart attacks, because the cortisol levels, it's the main killer of heart attacks, through people screaming, shouting, and wanting to have fights with people. So it's not worth doing it. It's fucking mad. You have to keep relaxed. All these top bodies like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you never hear them. They all look fucking minty, all brilliant. You never hear them screaming, shouting. You see sit in the back watching the telly. They all calm and collected. Everything done right. So Arnold said, if my car gets stolen, I just phone the insurance company. I phone the police. My car's been stolen. I go to the gym in the train. I'll just hire a car for the day. My insurance pays for it. Like, if you've got a puncher, look, you fucking got a puncher. Well, everyone gets a puncher. It's only a fucking puncher. But you can make something from that to that. You just sit that and it's just a puncher. A million people around the world have got them at the same time. Or you come out and your money's been stopped in the bank over something. You just phone the bank and get sorted. Or you're fucking going to get something that's not there, but it'll be there in 3 days. I'll get it in 3 days. Can I just put my name down for one? You start making a big mountain out of a molehill. You start making yourself ill. You start stressing yourself. When you start stressing yourself, then your brain can't sleep. Your brain's fucking going 100 million miles an hour. That's what happened. and it keeps you awake. You can't sleep. You're up all night in bed, fucking count the sheep, 5,653,000, 5,656,000. They're all fucking there for about 20 years. What's the chance of a media paying for one? Praying for one. I can't see that, Tommy. Oh, they're talking to each other, sorry. I didn't realise that. Racing lady, legend, love you all the world, loves the lady, absolutely lovely lady she is. Steve Mike goes, what's your worst injury? Oh, fucking hell. I've got, yeah, what a question. No tricep in the back of there, completely snapped. Two of the triceps, I've got no tricep gone, snapped, right? 6 vertebrae taken out my neck, 6 replaced, broken ones, plastic ones. I've got half ones, and the other ones are on the back of the full, the ones that are all cracked and broke. He said, I don't know how you've been walking around 15 years, them injuries, just the pain must be unreal. I'm immune to it. So I've had 6 vertebrae taken out. I've had 2 spinal stenosis, which were all the calcified bone. That's probably the steroids as well. All the calcified bones got in between there, in between your vertebrae. So you've got your spinal column cord goes in like that. Normal spinal cords are about that thick. Mine was about that thick, as big as my pinky, even less. He said, so what's happening? The stuff there, you can see the stuff there is getting thicker and thicker and thicker around in the hole. So it's closing. It's now that tight. And you reckon like 3 to 4 weeks' time, it'll sever and you'll be a paraplegic. So what's that? He said, you'd be in a bed for the rest. You wouldn't be in a wheelchair, you'd be in a bed like Superman was, Christopher Reeve. So I went, well, at least I'll get me pip. He started laughing. He said, you just don't care, do you? I said, what's the chance of me getting it? When 50-50, when I asked him later on, he said it was about 20%, 20% if you want, but we always say 50-50. I went, no, now we'll fucking know. Next time you say 50-50, he burst out laughing with his teeth. Dr. Barty, he went, you're so funny, you, he said. At least look at me, pip. Everyone shit themselves and said, you'll probably never walk again, We'll save fucking money and shoes then, won't it? Yeah, so that was that injury. So that injury there, what I was doing, I was benching 6 plates. I did it easy, come off. And then I did a tricep push down. And I went, well, what the fuck was that? A little twinge in my arm, like a twinge. I thought, no, of it. So I went and seen Doctor. Well, I phoned him because I've got his private number. I said, Doctor, if you come to me in the morning, I goes and see him. He only lived around the corner from us. He's a big posh sports 5-litre fucking Porsche. I said, oh, I'll race you in the Cosworth. He said, I can't beat you in the Cosworth. Oh, he said, how hard, my doctor, I can't be racing you. He's funny. He's really funny, funny man. Oh, 40 odd years. Anyway, much more, 50 odd now. So anyway, what was that about? Fucking hell, I forgot my thing. All my injury. So the injury there, I went to the doctor and he said, oh, it's a tear. Just take a few in Nurofen. Just a bit of a tear in your tricep. So I got done for the Iceman, that big 6'10" one where I saved Chris Crew's life from Billingham. So I went to jail. Got just fucking hurting more and more. I went to jail, went, couldn't get me in the machine. I was that big. So they put me in an MRI. I couldn't get in it. He said, I can't get you in. They had me in like Superman position. They had this side, that way, my hands up here. You're too big. We're going to have to send you a special one. The only one we can think it was in Nottingham. There was a massive one down there. So anyway, now with the know, I thought it was a tendon snapped. It hadn't. My tricep burst. They were that big, my arms. Couldn't compensate with the blood. It just burst. So all that blood was purple. Chrissy, big Brian Flaherty, little Brian Flaherty, he's seen it. It's purple, your arm. So I've only got 1/3 of a tricep working. The 6 vertebrae come out of the back. They had to take not all of them out, and you had to go right through all of them. He said the worst was because your traps are up there. He said we had to go all the way down your back. He said we've had to put 90 stitches in. No, that was what I'm lying, the bottom. We've had to put loads of stitches in your neck. He said, but all the way down, you've got over 100 stitches because the muscle's that big. We've had to go through. We've had to put steel clamps in to hold it together. And we've also had to put 2 titanium rods each side, and bolt it in with 4 bolts. But because your ligament, which is here, that's turning a calcified bone. So he said that's a good thing. So it's like having a mountain. He said you've got that, so we can drill into that, and we can bolt them into that. I'm not a fucking mountaineer, So I've done that. So that's another one. And then after that, I've got holes all made where they try to kill me in the house, all over me. I've been shot twice, 3 times in that leg, but it's only pellets, and once in that leg. And I've got the bottom of my back. I've had L4 and L5 vertebrae taken out, replaced, not replaced, but fitted back in because it was bulging disc. What else have I got? On my left leg's fucking hanging off. But not hanging off, you can see the hole right through it. Where a fucking machete took my leg off neatly and hit with baseball bats and hammers. I've got my gallbladder out. I've got fucking prostate problem. I've got paralysed in that right hand. That's about 60% working. And my legs are about 60% working. So that's some of the fucking injuries. I've had my finger broke 3 times. I broke my left leg, ankle fighting 3 times. I broke my left arm. What else have I broke? That was only playing as a kid, that, not in fights. And I've had my nose broke so it has my cheekbone. Never had that side, just that one. I don't know why, because you usually have my hands there, like a peekaboo style. I always like to repeat, when you're fighting, don't stand square on, stand side on there. When you talk to someone, always keep your head down like that, tucked in here, like what you want. And you talk to them and go and talk with your hands like this. What it is, mate, and because you're doing that, like bang, you can just throw a punch straight in. Or if you had your hands down here, and you've got to clock them hands and then throw the punch. So your hands are ready. If you can tell by their eyes, usually they'll go like that, and you'll see their eyes open fast, and they'll throw the right hand, because 90% of people can only throw a right hand unless they're left-handed. And you always put the left foot forward first, put all the balance on there. So what you do, you just push up. What you do is you put all the balance on the left foot, so you push them on the right side, so they'll just fall sideways. Just do that with your shoulder, and you'll just fall. I did it at a nightclub with a lad from Esther, they call it, from Gisborough. Big fucking lump of a lad, got 18.5 stone, 6'3", 6'4". He goes, I'm the best fighter in Gisborough. I want to fight you. And Anthony Oldby, with my auntie, had just gone. And he said, I've been trained to fight you, I've been doing this. I said, hey, I'll be fucking nice to it at the door when I was 20 in Fillmore's. Because he was about 3 years older than me, 4 years older than me. He thought I was a fucking idiot anyway. I fucking said, fuck off. I was with Flea from Middlesbrough. So he come and said, I'm telling you, I went, bam, I fucking nutted him right across here. And his nose just split wide open. He went right over and hit the deck. Lee Little was there. Lee Little was on the door. Lee's picking him up. He said, I'll have another go. So he comes again. I went, bang, nutted him again. Same thing. I split it even more. And he went, this time he went, I'm your friend. Why are you doing this to me? I'm your friend. Wait a minute. I thought you were the best fighter in Gisborough. I guess I am now. I'm the best fighter in Gisborough. So I did that all the time. People think they can have a go because you're big and you can't move your hands, and that was the biggest mistake. Sean Day used to say that. They always used to think Brian's that big, they get out of breath. Or because Sean worked at Dolby, in Darlington, places like that, and a few other clubs in Stockton. He said they get the shock when he goes bam, fucking left hooks on them, knocks them, sparks them. But never ever underestimate anyone. I remember meeting a bloke called Frank Yaffin. He's about 64 and about 5'7", about 12 stone, but he was a flyweight. He fought at Madison Square Garden. He had 17 fights, 17 wins. Fucking marvellous bloke. It was Alec Love, and he talked like he was gay. Good from where they're from in St. Helens. Oh, that Chuck, oh, that Love, even to the blokes. Oh, that Love, see you later, Love. Just the way to talk. And, he had a little gold tooth and a red handkerchief. Lovely man. And he showed me this right up with Cockerill. I learned off him how we don't step in about from 4 inches, and it breaks the jaw in 3 places, called Guardian fracture. And I was out with one night. It was me, Richie Horsley, Vulture, Steve, and a few of us, Goosey, Lee Little was there, fucking Steve Jones was there. They're all in the door, and this big lad come in. He was an ex-army, 17.5 stone, ex-army heavyweight champion. I went, listen, mate, in the street it's different now. He had 3 charges. I was up with the cops. I thought, I can't afford anyway. He kept going, I get that cutting. I got him a knee, got him a drink. And he went, oh, you're scared behind you because I'm a lot faster than you. You've been slow. And I went, fuck off, just take me with this right hand. And Peter was behind us, because in the back there was like Peter, who's always with his missus. She's passed away just recently, God bless her. And he was sitting with there. I think it was Kay, they called her. And he was sat with there, and he just jumped. Peter was fucking game. He jumped over the fucking table, ran at me, helped me. He went, fuck it, and he destroyed him nice. Just speeded that punch there, and Richie went, how the fuck can you generate that much power from 5 or 6 inches? And that was big Richie Horsey, the Northern Warrior, great lad. He was with us. We used to go there every weekend. Been to see the lads. Not one of them said a word negative about me. No. I was getting upset thinking, Richie's calling me and he's calling me. I was that little fucking scumbag again, lying. So I've been to see Mick Sorby and everything. Mick's fucking lovely. He said, Brian, I'm not your friend. We're fucking family. We're all family. Me, you, Richie. Richie's mum loves you. He said, your mum would go mad. And Richie's mum would go mad if you were fighting. Especially when you haven't said nothing. We know we all know Tim now. We all know Tim. We all fucking know. I was over the moon with me because Mick used to take me out as a kid, scrapping and all that. And we used to go up with Kev Rich and Teddy Rich and all that. And they could fight the Richardson brothers, really top lads. And Marital, but never ever been called. He's saying, he's got a video going up saying Brian was a bully. He used to put children in fridges and freeze the children till the mum and dad. Didn't even make, no one in the fucking world would even believe that. It didn't even make fucking sense. But because he's walked, smacked up junkie, walked in the head. That's how he thinks. Because he's a wrong one, just like his best pal. He keeps backing up for digga ding dong. Now I only put out there what me never's put out. And someone put in last night, I won't say, he's only now said 80% of people believe in what you're saying, Brian. You've lit them up more like fucking Blackpool Tower. You know, the lights go up. So he now, everyone knows what he is. Because the whole lot's been put out. And we haven't said it. We're not saying it. We're saying, look what Mandy James said. Look what John McLean said. Look what the police said. Look what Carl Alfred. He grasped me up. He was wanting to shout his mouth off. Going to fight me. Doing that. So I well then, I'm an old man. I'll still fight you. Don't give a fuck. You daft cunt. He thought, oh, my phone and Dave. Cockerill. Yeah, phone the police on me. Fucking phone the police on me. And then tries to act the big man. PV. Jimmy, you okay? Hey, John. Still hi, John. Freedom. Positive vibes. He's just few sneaked in. Bristol took his off. Good lad. More finished totally. Right. Terrible, isn't it, mate? He's fucking horrible. He's horrible. He's horrible. And that scumbag backing him up. You just fucking. Let's just look at what he puts on his page. Thin file. I love Rose West, the best mother in the world on Mother's Day. But all that shit was coming from them poor people and the Russians in Ukraine? Was it not Ukraine? And what was called them? The two countries are fighting where and he went, Hitler's coming to England. I thought, imagine putting that on a day where the war's just been declared. There's fucking babies getting blown to pieces and people, and he's laughing about it. And he put on, I wish I could have killed more. I wish I could have killed more women than Ted Bundy. Now, Ted Bundy was a murderer. He was really he had an IQ of about 160, really intelligent, really good looking bloke, Italian, just like a movie star, like a top gangster. And where the Silence of the Lambs movie comes just from him, he used to go up with a stick with a van. Can you help me get in the back of the van with the furniture, please, love? And he'd have a hammer, and the woman said, "Oh, my back." I could do it, couldn't have my back, but I could get. I'd like to get in the back of the fucking van. And it wouldn't be no fucking woman, believe me. I'd like to get them two in the back of the fucking van. Anyway, he hit them on the head with a hammer and get them in the van. And he reckon he killed up to 600 nurses and women, but he used to get them, and he used to be dead like lovely, like Decker. Oh, you're looking smashing. You've got good legs. Your eyes are gorgeous, and your teeth are lovely. I've never seen one in a night smile like you, and all that fucking shit to make them feel good, and then fucking rapes them and murders them. And he's got him in his page. He's got Silence of the Lambs. The other one puts his tail between his legs and he's dancing like a woman dressed up, because he dresses up as a woman. Fucking weirdo. Calling himself fucking Betty. His wife's walking around. Here's our Betty now. And I looked at her, I thought, you're fucking right in the head. Fucking kids sat there, 12-year-old, watching them. I don't like things like that. If you want to do that, do it behind your fucking bedroom upstairs, not in front of your child. Sick in the fucking head. Yeah, look at that, mate. See, I don't even fucking. I just want to put my stuff out. Want to know, so other people. Say for instance, some little girl gets fucking raped, and I thought if I had to put that out, she might have been saved. That's what me and Emma are thinking. The march with John McLean. John McLean nearly went to jail for 2 years for exposing him. Because when you get a Clare's law, you told it in the police station. But he actually asked Rhonda, his girlfriend, to do it for him. Because other else were doing it to see what it says. So he got Rhonda to do it. She went, oh, I'm with such and such, blah, blah, blah. And when it come out at 11, she went, how old? She went 11 years old. And she went, what happened? You can hear it graphic, but I don't want to say it on, obviously, what words don't make you bad. Really, really bad. 11-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid, autistic kid, Geraldine. Yeah. Amy. Poor Amy, yeah. Vengeance for Amy. Justice for Amy. One taken away by a gang of fucking lunatics and hacking the fuck. That's what they want. They're fucking, him and his mate in for the fucking vile, the both of them. Laughing at children being raped. Wanting to be bummed up. Can I just play the part? And I've got 6 witnesses. I've got people from the BBC. So if you try to sorry, you can't say I'm lying, I'll bring them as witnesses. And he bent over the table, tinfoil went, I'll just get bummed up the arse by Paul Sykes in the prison cell. Well, why would you say the prison cell? Because you knew all along he was raping kids in jail. So that's what you give away. Stephen Seversford, you're a quick Brad. I never thought of that. Why would you say, can I play the part in the prison cell where I get bummed up the arse by raped and bumped up the arse by Paul Sykes? And one went, that's it. We've got to go. Our train's going to be coming. And we lost the fucking 3-part documentary from the BBC because of that fucking pervert. So he is a fucking pervert. So you're calling me, so show me one thing when I've been charged by the police. Come on. Show me one thing where I've been charged with the police. Show me one letter. Show me one victim. Show me one fucking... It must be in the newspaper, the tax man. Show me one thing in Hartlepool. Everyone in Hartlepool said, never ever heard of me such shit in my life. The voices of Hartlepool Pro. Brian was a bully. He went around bullying everyone. He was that bad. He was putting children in freezers. But how the fuck can you take a baby off someone, put him in a freezer and not go to jail? What a load of fucking babies. Not one, babies. Absolute. Do you know, they don't think because they're smackheads and pissheads and alcoholics and drunks and bums. I mean, do you know, like I was us on here talking now. We could not, if I thought like that in my head, honest to God, on my mum's life, my brother's grave, and Emma and Bobby's, I would go in the kitchen, if I had a gun, and he slipped up there. I'd go in the kitchen, I'd put a gun to me head and blow my fucking head off. I would not kill myself. If I thought about hurting children, if I thought about, get excited, sitting on a train doing that, getting excited. How can you get excited on a train with women and children walking up and down on a tea time, 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's men on and everything? You'd be like, you wouldn't, even when you were like seeing you were busting for a pee and you had to pee, you think, fucking hell, something like see is here. He's doing that, tossing himself off on a train. All aboard the dirty Derek Express. Woo, woo, fucking hell. Fucking hell. And you've got the other one being pulled in by the police for fucking alleged sexual assault on 2 police officers. Not 1, 2. Not 1, 2. Fucking touching his Bobby's helmet. what were you doing touching his helmet? His Bobby's helmet. And then gets kicked out of the police force for trolling and being a compulsive troll. So you're doing the same with me and Emma. Because you're like him. He wears the same things as you. Birds of a feather, stick together. You all know that. If you're not around with boxers, you become a boxer. If you're not around with chess players, you become a chess player. If you're not around with people who fucking football, you become a footballer. You're not around with Man United players, football team. You support Man United. You're an Hartlepool sport, probably Hartlepool. But that's what you do. You are what your friends are, and your friends know what you are. You haven't got any friends, Tinfoil. You haven't got one friend in the world, not once ever. I've got people come to my house every single day of the week. Somebody comes to the house. Every day I walk on Tesco's, everyone talks to me. Kids want pictures of me. I got to Hartlepool the other day. Everyone's fucking out on the front, seating lane, all taking pictures. Right, can I get a picture of you? Can my kids and cancel one? Of course you can. If I was that monster, why would they let the kids come and sit on my fucking knee and get pictures with them? Babies sitting on my knee. But loads of pictures of little kids, like fucking 2-3-year-old. Still a nostalgia picture for when they get older. You've got no one. Your mum locks her door. She locks her door because she's frightened of you. She's frightened of you because you thieve out of a purse. Her own daughter's told us. She told somebody to do. She was with a lad called Paul. There you are. There's how much I know about your family. And your brother, you pinched his uniform, you crank. And you start walking around the town, pretend you're in the fucking red berries, walking around with his brother's uniform on. While his brother was abroad in fucking Spain. He's going, yeah, I've just passed my course, 10-week course. He said, he told me passed the 10-week course, the basic training. He said, but that's my brother, that one, but I passed it. He said, but I couldn't be bothered with it, I just packed it in. And then you've also telling people, you fought 20, I've got the proof's coming out today, you're going to see it soon. 27 times he fought in the ABAs and he got to the semi-final 3 times. I've got that off you, writing it off your page, you fucking moron. Your own page with your face on it and everything. Hey, I'd fucking expose you would say, hey, I'd expose you would say. Yeah. I think Jamie will do everything to bring Hickey to justice. Yep, he's going to justice, and so is the Tin Man. He's going to justice, and his wife. They're the prolific bullies I've ever fucking known in my life. They're horrible bullies, the both of them. I believe. Hello, love. I never noticed you there. Just seen you pop in. David Gorman, your brother. Elliot G. Well, there's great young girls out there. You don't really be young lads. Right, the other one, you went, I'm going to tell you so. In the next 2 years, I'm going to tell you everyone I'm gay. Oh, you've just said it, right? You put everyone on Jimmy O show. But Jimmy O'Neill, have a look on there. I said, the thing that me and Oscar Wilde were the best 2 writers on these English shows. Oscar Wilde was a fucking genius. He was gay, but he never fucking talked about kids. And you went, me and Oscar both like young boys. When you said that was the day I fucking finished you. It was on Jimmy O's show. I think it was about July. I think it was June, maybe in June. Yeah, June. I went with Maniac, and you were off your fucking tits on gear. Paul Suggett got you on, putting the record straight. Paul said, well, I've seen you, Jamie, on Brian's show and Stokesley. You're going to be seeing it again. The whole lot of it you're going to see soon. I bet it's going up the whole fucking lot, the whole video, about 20 minutes. Been blabbing about, I've done this and I've done that. And his trousers right up there, like I told you. You'll see the fucking state of this tramp in the next few days. Proper tramp. What a tramp. And this is us going to a show. I'm all smart. Me and them are all smart. Bobby's smart. Maniac's smart, lovely suit. I mean, our church leaders there. And he's there, like big pot belly. 33 diazepam in about 4 hours yet. He snorted one off this fucking table in front of me, and then he got a knife, he crushed it up. What are you doing? I thought, what the fuck's he doing? I thought he was going to put it in the joint. No, yeah, I didn't know what he was doing. And he went, oh, God! He started screaming like a pig. See, I don't know what fucking diazepam is, but they're probably like sniffing fucking pepper or something. He started screaming, all his eyes were pouring like water. Well, that really hurt. I went, you're off your fucking head, you. Mentally deranged, sniffing diazepam off a table. And went to the place and come on the stage. Oh, wait, you see him on this. I'm telling you now, you're going to fucking piss yourselves. Brian Cockwells. The whole lot's up this time. The whole fucking 20, 30 minutes of it's going up. Oh, you like that one? Tin foil. They're saying I'm lying about it. Every time you say I'm lying, like Dickie does, or anyone that says I'm a liar, I'll expose you for the truth with the facts. I don't come on like Irish Bull and make lies up. Me and Emma's been going to Edinburgh and digging graves up and taking photos of children in the grave. You're fucking deranged. It's 10 out, and I think it was Edinburgh, I think it was, in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning. How would you be able to find somebody's grave at 4 o'clock in the morning in a fucking graveyard? Why would you go to a graveyard in the middle of the night? Doesn't even make fucking sense what you're saying. And go at 4 o'clock. Somebody would see you a mile away with a big fucking torch or whatever. The police would pull you in. So we're walking around graveyards now. Fucking hell, deranged. But how did she get there? She can't drive. And who's getting out of bed? The hospital bed's up there. Not upstairs. Steve Max sat in the hospital bed. Steve fucking official top of troops. He sat on the set. He was on the hospital bed. Irish Bull, my hospital bed's downstairs. So my wife's not having sex upstairs. My wife's not having sex downstairs with people while I'm upstairs in my hospital bed, because my hospital bed downstairs, you couldn't get up the stairs, it's too big. It all opens up like that, and it opens and it goes up. You can whole thing, you can do. You can lay on it, you can paint your fucking ceiling with it. It's fucking class. about fucking 3 or 4 or 5 grand fucking bed, top of the range, brand spanking new got because of the injuries I had, and that proves you how bad I was when you were offering me out. You fucking cowards. And it wasn't just a normal hospital bed. You push the button, it lifts up and all that, because I was massive spinal injuries, that bottom one. The bottom one, I had 36 clamps. I'm going to put the video up. You can see me. The clamps are fucking steel clamps. It's not little metal ones, steel metal clamps to hold my back together. And on the bottom, they had 6 stitches in. And I went to get out of bed. So I thought, I don't need the nurses. It's 4 in the morning. So I tried to go for a wee. I was crying, but the pain was that bad. Try and get to the thing, the toilet, and when I walked, what's that? I pulled it. It was another, like them things on where you get a drip. But what it was a one for the stuff to take the not the poison, the waste out of your back. There was a drain. That was it. It was a drain. When I pulled it, all the stitches come, and the nurse shouted at me, I'm sorry. I said that. I told you, no, it's all right. Don't look, I was upset. The end was in. I was like embarrassed. I asked them to get me to go to the toilet. It was fucking terrible. And he's going, oh, Brian carried me to have a shit. He has to get the nurses to lift him off the bed. The daft old cunt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rape her. I'm going to send you the video, and then I'm going to get the lads who tried to rape her. They're going to finish the job this time, and this time you won't be able to do nothing, you stupid old cunt, because you're paralysed. That's. I've got that full script sent from me off him from his own war cry posting page. I've got the fucking lot. Vile, dirty bastard. And then he's got another one saying, go and have a fight with Brian. This is where I'm just come to hospital. Just before I went to hospital, he said, offer him out for a fight. He said, be deadly serious. I've got the full script, a whole lot on a video from his phone, from Tinfoil's phone, from Tinfoil's computer, to Steve, what's he called? Simon. Simon come forward and went, he got me the phone and pretended I was having an affair with your lass. So we've already got this. What we're going to do, this is going to prove to you, this lad, Simon, he come on, he went, hello there, is that Emma there? I'm supposed to be on a date tonight, pretend to be a Pakistani taxi driver. And he said, but Brian knows it's just a joke between me, you and Brian. Emma doesn't know it's just a joke. And then again a week later, he said, in a Yorkshire accent, it's Lenny the Len. I've been seeing your lass for a while, he said, I can't believe you. She's married you and left me, and I'm looking at her like fucking raging, looking at Emma, poor Emma, looking, like what the fuck's going on? Like any man would do. And it was that cunt. So the man about 4 weeks later, phoned back up. He said, listen, I feel ashamed of myself. I was like nearly crying on the phone. What's the matter, brother? He said, so the phone calls you got, Brian, Jamie, give me your number. I'm going to send you it now. So he sent me the proof, and I was over the moon. No, me, I thought these shares, and you only do all that shit in your head because when you're pulled with medication. So anyway, came out, she hadn't done a fucking thing. It was all through him again, trying to split us up. So he's done this trick multiple times to our fucking poor wife, saying she's messing about with people in the red car. She went to see her sister and you. It was sister's birthday, end of the month. 70-odd she has a sister. She went to see her on her birthday. Oh, she's messing about and sending me messages, just trying to drive her on the fucking bend. But Steve, I keep saying Steve, Simon said, offer him out for a fight. What do you mean? He said, he's one of where he lives. He said, well, he's his address. Well, that's against the law to do that. Doctor him my fucking address. Give me my address. Give me my telephone number. Give us what street and everything they lived in. He said, offer him out for a fight. He said, and what? He said, be deadly serious. He'll shit himself. I've just had 2 lads phone him yesterday and today. So he sat back, put the phone down. I just thought, this is Jamie's face on it, and Jamie's face on it. It's Tommy Harrison on it, Joe Livo's on it, Teddy Dickles on it, I'm on it, Robbo's on it, Marty Turner's on it. So you can tell it's his phone. It's got his face on, Tinfoil's face on his own phone. Offer him out for a fight, be deadly serious. And he said, we shit himself. So Simon said, I left it for half an hour. He said, Ned was a bit bad. I thought, fuck this. What did you get them 2 lads to say? He said, I got both of them to say they're going to burn down the house. He said, I'm out of this. He said, I can't be doing this, burning people's house down. This is serious, Jamie. This is not a joke. I don't know how to do you. So then he started on him because Simon got raped as a kid. He was in approved schools. Them fucking horrible fucking things, Borstals. And he got sexually abused and raped. So he started on him. You like getting bummed up the arse. You like them men fucking you up the arse. You love getting you gay fucking this and you get. But before that, met him in Wakefield, where Dale's from, Dale Brennan Hyde. No, Dale's an author, and he's a great lad. He's saying he's a rapist, he's a nonce. We're coming to get you. Me and Terry Dick was coming to get you. He had stage 4 cancer. They took his organs out and washed them, put them back in, and he survived. And that cunt tortured that man for 6 years with cancer just because he written the Paul Sykes Book Fest. And Rob Brent, who owned the book, said, I'm not changing it. I'm leaving Dale in it, because he left Dale in it, tortured him, and said, you like getting bummed up the arse, do it with me, my brother. You used to love Brian much, your brother get raped, and your brother's now phoning me from hell, saying, why did my brother let me get raped? I'm in hell because of him. Then he did it with fucking Carol Curtis, Carol on here, Lee Duffy's partner, couldn't prove it. He said to Carol, not to me, Jack said to Carol, I'm really sorry what I've done to Lee's grave, because these scumbags fucking beefy, you fucking rat. If I ever see you, you cunt, I'll bust your fucking lips off you. So he'd never come near me since Lee passed away, you cunt. They smashed Lee's grave, Lee Duffy's grave up. How could anyone do that to anyone? Like a fucking lad, just a kid, 26-year-old kid, where he could have a fight. Never was a paedophile, he was never a rapist, never a wrong'un, never grassed anyone. A fucking lad who could have a fight, that was it. So the dirty bastard smashed his grave up. So that cunt, tinfoil, went, oh yeah, and what it was, he said, what they were doing, he was going, they were posting his broken tombstone up and putting it through Brenda, was his mum. She was the loveliest woman you could ever meet. Proper big, fine Irish woman, could fucking probably punch your fucking head in 2 seconds, probably punch his fucking head in 2 seconds. And said, oh, they were putting it through the grave. And Carol said, who told you that? I know, Jamie. I said, he was really upset about it. She went, Brian, what a load of fucking shite. It was one lad. And Terry said to me, it was an Asian lad. And the lad felt that bad and felt that guilty, hanged himself. I thought, you fucking, this is when it started. Carol, we met Carol, great woman. We met Carol, and that's when the penny started to drop. I thought, and Carol went, he's threatened this with me, he's threatened, oh, Peter, he's threatened this one. And then it just sat from everywhere, fucking hundreds and hundreds of people he's been doing this to for years, torturing people because he can't get his own way like a little kid. So his own mum has kicked him out, his dad kicked him out, his sister, his brother, his nephews, his cousins, his uncle. None of them have him in the house. And no friends. He's chased off every estate in Teesside, because everywhere he goes, he gets drugs off people, runs the bill up. Well, I'll get paid next week, mate. I've started to get double. I've got a book coming out. I've got this. Rips them, puts his own windows through, or they put his windows through. He phones a place and gets a bill. Dennis Power, boxing promoter. And then you phone Dennis. Then Dennis's phone downloaded it all, because Dennis said, oh, you can't come back to the gym, you can't fight, Jamie. You can't come in here, you don't tell me out. You try to tell Dennis, who's got world champion fucking people in his stable, quality fighters, how to box. Well, he hasn't got a clue, him. How's he not got a clue? He's got world champions in his stable. So he said, don't come back to the gym. He threw him out. So then he fucking downloaded all the fucking stuff, sent it to Shirley, fucking pink knickers. And she then sent a message going, hey, yeah, it's such and such. It's me, Dennis. I fancied you for years. Don't let John know, which would be her husband. You know, what the fuck's going on? And John would phone him, and you think, what the fuck's going on? And he realised, that fucking, it's the only person that back. Somebody said your phone's been cloned. And the only person in the world that was that cunt. He'd done the exact same thing to my phone. So not mine, Emma's phone. And he'd done the exact same thing to Mary Joseph Turner's. He's fucking sick in the head. Want to know what people are talking on there. But everybody, little Chrissy Evo can prove it. He was there. Emma was there. Bobby wasn't. Emma was there, me, Chrissy Evo, Marty Turner. And we went to see Sean Atwoods. So he said, can I borrow your phone, Emma? He went, yeah. She went, yeah. I just want to download a few stuff. Me and Emma had an argument. Oh, you can fuck off. So you fuck off. You fuck off. And how you do an argument. Anyway, I was on the phone talking. Well, I'm not going. I'm not going then like two little kids. Everyone argue. If you don't argue, you're a fucking liar. If you don't argue, you don't love your partners. There's something wrong with you. So, nothing about beating her up. Nothing about beating her out. All this fucking shit. Just an argument between like two couples with all the stress and everything, all the shit with them. So the next minute, thank you very much, Autistic Man. You're a legend. So Emma's phone then has been getting all loads of shit off her phone, and he downloaded the thing. He went, if you don't tell us, she said, the Lee Duffy book that you said you're not doing, I'm going to go ahead with it. And I'm going to put, if you don't do it, and we went, who the fuck do you think you're talking to you? So she said, you do what you want, Shirley. You don't fucking know me, she said. I said, you won't be doing no Lee Duffy book. It's my book. She went, I just screamed at her. Like, I've never seen them that bad tempered. Do you want me to come see you now? And she went, you're bullying me. Started crying on the phone like a little fucking bitch. Big bitch, I should say. So all great at shouting it. She's great at high-minding machines, but you don't face no cunt. You're a fucking coward. You're a coward, Shirley. You're a big fat coward. You're a shithouse coward. A shithouse coward, that's what you are. Because when you did it with Teddy Dicko's fucking kids, Teddy was with a girl. She drank and she was on gear. And I'd been with her for years, and he'd been with his other girlfriend for years. So she was the mother of his children. But she got the kids took off her. But the kids got put in a home, which happens to loads of people. But it wasn't Teddy's fault. So they contacted the home. This is true, they contacted the children's home here because she used to sit in a nice fucking bureau computers to find out what home they were in. Contact them, said, I'm related to them, all that and all this shit. Pretending she was fucking whatever, auntie or something. The kid come on and said, it's such and such in there. I know your dad's abandoned you. We'll support you. My name's Jamie and my name's Shirley. If you need any help, these are our numbers. Trying to get information off the kids so they could. I know he battered your mum. Trying to get the kids to say that Teddy was beating the mum up. All a load of shit. Exact same thing with me. Trying to get people to say I beat people up years ago. He's fucking. So they're recording the two kids from the kids from a children's home on a fucking phone who kids didn't care. Fucking little Sky and Joe. That's the name of the kids. Fucking sick in the head. You wouldn't even know that to your West anyway. Contact your children but say your dad was a bad man and he beat your mum up and that's why you're in here and all that. That's what she said. And Shirley said, deny it, Shirley. Go on, deny it. And then what happens? Let's get the best bit. So Kendra, who's fucking Terry's daughter, and she can fucking fight for fun. I'm not joking. She can fight. She's like, Savannah Marshall type. Fucking tough as old boats. She went, is that you, Shirley? Said, yes. Because she got the number off the home. Because they've got to give the number, you see. So she said, who the fuck are you for my brother and sister? She went, She said, listen, you fat bastard. She said to her, you meet me now, you big fat cunt. She said, you come and meet me now, Middlesbrough, and I'll punch your fat fucking face off you, you fucking dirty, horrible, noncy bastard. This is their word, calling her every, you big fat, smelly cow you are. She said, come and meet me. You bully, I'm going to get the police. I'm getting the police. Scream, going to get the police. She said, get the fucking police. I don't give a fuck about the police. Did you ever mention Matt? I won't, promise I won't mention him again. She fucking shit herself. Big fatty shit herself. Shit her pants. Kendra, the call of the girl. She fucking didn't have put it on her toes. So just like the fucking son, he's another one, blabbermouth, the son, little gobshite, 16, Dad can fight back Cockerill. So my nephews are going to punch his fucking head in. Going to batter him on. He went, I'm getting the police. Another one, just another little fanny. The whole family of fannies, the whole house. Then he tried to blame me for it. But you know what kids are like? It'd be like anyone in here. Somebody had a nephew and they heard their uncle getting called. They're going, who the fuck are you calling my uncle, yo? So he put it on his toes and he fucking shit himself. Went screaming to the teachers. They were from another school. So the cops couldn't do nothing. There's nothing to do with me. I said, my nephew, stop doing that and don't be bullying me. He's just a fucking, he can't fight. He's not in your league. He's fucking just an idiot. So, well, we'll knock the dad out instead then. But no, just leave him. Just get you locked up, son. I said, idiots, just idiots. Yeah, but they're saying that he's calling you a spacker, Uncle Brian. He's calling you a retard and he's calling you a mong in the wheelchair. We don't like it. 15, 16-year-old kids. Going to batter him, he fucking shit himself. He's a fucking shitbag. He is. Jackie Scannon. Jackie Scannon in the Blue Monkey and the After Dark. I know Jackie. Wasn't it Monkey Lines was it you're about? No problem, mate. You have a break. You have a break, son. Steve Mac. Spot on, autistic man. So the greatest shouting the mouse off, but they can't do it with them. They're right on the fucking, if there was a world record for fun the police, I'd give it'd be 50-50, but I'd still say Tinfoil's the worst for fun the police. Him and Decker, between them, about they spent £1 million on the fucking phone. I'm wasting police time. They keep making lies up about people that don't even exist. Cockerill's been threatening me. I never threatened him once. Never fucking threatened him once. I'll set them if you want to go, I'll come meet you. But there won't be a straightener like in a daft fucking field in a fucking spongy gloves and fucking minute rest and all that. It's on the tarmac to the fucking death. You sign the disclosure. If I kill you in the fight, I don't get done and I'll sign the disclosure. But that's what we'll do. He didn't want to do it, did he, Decker? All the other little asswipe. The little asswipe calling me a spack and a retard and a mom. Well, let's say I'm a spack and retard and mom. So I'll fight you now. Howie, come on, big man. Name the place, they'll come meet you. Come on, scruffy tramp. Tramp on legs. Big fat tub of shite. Big blue toe ears. Fat, his kid's like a fucking matchstick and his wife's fat and fatter. Oh my bullet. She's a traveller, not my job, that. Yeah, Emma put it right on her foot. She fucking shit herself. You know, cowards, you know what they're like. All they've got is flight. So you've got tinfoil because you were one fucking coward. You got knocked clean out by a 17-year-old kid. Everyone in the pub pissing themselves laughing at him. A 17-year-old Ben, little kid. That's what my nephew was going, I'll knock his fucking teeth out of that room. He's got no teeth. It's a pizza box with no teeth in. He's like that. All his gums, he's got no teeth. They're false teeth he's got. He hasn't got teeth. His teeth are gone by all the fucking smack he takes. Old smackhead. Junkie bum. Phoning the children's home and trying to twist the children in a home. That's fucking bad. I've never heard anything as bad as that. And then getting people to phone up and say Emma's having affairs. Well, we've only just been married a couple of weeks. Fucking terrible. So all the time, because Emma knew what he was. See, Carol knew. See, women know, don't they? Women, like my sister went, oh, his fucking voice goes through me. She went, she said, soon, get it off. Fucking screaming at me. I went, all right. Then my niece said the same. My uncle Brian, please don't put him on. Please. It's horrible. He's horrible. His voice, his face, he's ugly as sin. She said, Ginger Clems. Dyes his hair because he's got ginger hair, so that means he's embarrassed of his ginger hair. If you've got ginger hair. But when you call them other people, BBQ quavers are shit. Quavers. Barbecue quavers are shit hot. Do you speak about? Yeah, Vulture speaks all the time. Queenie, I'm phoning him tomorrow to tell you the truth. I'm speaking to Mick Sorby 2 days ago. I've spoken to Mick the day before with Chris Curry. Chris said he's over the moon. You contact him, he's over the moon. He said, I love that. He's a fucking great lad. He said since I met Brian when he was a kid, he was the nicest kid you could ever meet. He said later on, he said, we're out. It was me, Richie, Arsley, Big Irish Jimmy, he's a great lad. He said there was who else was with him? There's 3 of them, I think. 3 or 4 of them. So we're in a cafe in Middlesbrough. Oh, Big Terry Rich passed away now. So I said, call you. They looked at me because I had like 2 lads with me, so there was like 3 of us. Not 4, there was a lad driving, sorry. It was Cookie and John Watson. But Mick thought it was Lee Duffy, it wasn't. But when we first were in there. So anyway, next minute, he called you Mick Sorby? He said, yeah. I said, they call you Terry Rich, don't they? He went, yes. Well, I'm like 5 feet apart, 6 feet apart, and they stood like one Abaco. You could see the game in Abaco. And I went, don't you remember me? I went, no. I said, you remember me, Terry Rich? Romaine Park. 30 in Romaine Park. Mary, fuck off. He went, fuck off. Little Hong Kong. He used to call me Hong Kong as a kid. Fucking hell. He said, we've heard about you beating everyone. You're the man now, aren't you? Everywhere. He said, He said, Brian, Mary and Jimmy's son. I went, fucking size of him now. He said, you're the man now, aren't you? Saying that to me in the pub. Sorry, in the cafe. Come over, give me a cuddle, give Terry one. This is Richie, and are you Richie, mate? And Big Jimmy shook the hand. He said, I thought we were going to have trouble there. I said, no. He said, Oh, it's good stories about you. Every day there's a story about you fighting this one and that one. This is about, how old was it ago? So 1990, 92, yeah, 92. And they're all saying you're the main man over here now because they were over the water. You see, Hartlepool, different place. So I hadn't been at Hartlepool for years. And then I bumped into Terry again with big Mickey Luger. And Mickey Luger went, I said, do you remember me? And he went, no. He was getting his tyres on the Bellsfield Lane. Mary and Jimmy's son, he went, look, Brian went, fucking size of you. He was about 24, Clem, big lad. Put his arms around me, lovely. He passed away now, God bless you. So I can't fucking believe he said, you always said you get massive, son. I remember in that room, you were like that, like a fucking matchstick. You must have weighed about 9 stone when you started training when you were a kid. But you first set of weight, you were about 12, 30. I said, that's right, up in Little Tam. He said, you always said you would get massive and you've done it. Fucking hell, he said, I'm dead proud of you. But all the people don't see it, they all love us because I'm from that way, see. But they're all travellers, nearly every one of them. They're all the travellers. And I went, when I was down there about 2 months ago, I said, listen, if you need us to go to that cunt's house, I can fill 2 vans, 24 lads there, and just go straight through that house, and he'll never walk again, that cunt. He'll never walk again because they're all fucking fumed with him. But I've had the same thing in Manchester, Birmingham, London, all over the want to do him in. But I kept saying no, because the state of him, when you see him in these new videos, you're going to think, what the fucking hell's that? And no one, and have you seen the jealousy with these fucking daft fake? See, what he does is, I've drawn him out. He fell into my trap. Now the police know he's Ebenezer Greensprat. Now the police know he's Bell Enders. Now the police knows he was Dark Rock Secrets. So they're all together as one unit now. So because the film, a different breed's coming out, and I've mentioned it, he's put in Paul Venice, Chinny Vol, Paul's biggest chin or something, he's calling Paul. He's got Gary Fairby, the thief or something. He's got somebody else in to call him, Steve Ray, Stephen says. He's calling all the lads in the movie. So the only person in the whole world who do that is him, and that's his 3 channels. So the other night he put on, he had a fake account. He went, Brian, Bell Enders are aware, Greensprat's aware, and another channel he's made up, all aware, and they're all going to be on in the next few days. In other words, they're going to be making more lies up about me. But every time he puts something on, you can't go on the paper and read about it. You can't go on somewhere and see him to see it. You can see him where he's calling me, going, you fucking retard, you spacker. I'll fight you, win, lose, or draw. Well, that's going to be going on. The full lot of it. The whole lot's going on. And then we just got out the fucker with the truth. Like we just done with like a ding dong. We'll do the same with him. Put the truth up, and the truth will set you free. But in this case, the truth is going to make you fucking 100% guilty because you are wronging, 100% wronging. I mean, for your whole family. I mean, that's how I know. I was in the hospital, and his nephew comes, little Ebo, Chrissy Ebo, his son Peter. There was Darren Yu. There was Tina Shaw come all the way from Essex, bless her. She went, who the fuck's Jamie Tinfoil? I went, oh, he's a crank. She said, he's calling my dad and saying this, that, and the other. And he's been seeing me as if he's been going out with her. I wouldn't touch that ugly bastard with a barge pole. She said, what a freak. She said, that voice, as soon as I said, another one. Everyone, as soon as he opens his mouth, that's why he didn't come on, because everyone laughs at his voice. So she said, I've never, ever, a bag of tinfoil teeth tonight. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna eat a bag of tinfoil tonight. Yeah, it's coming up, the tinfoil tapes. The tinfoil tapes about you. You said it's reversed, doesn't you know? All the bad things you've done. People aren't stupid. Hit the like buttons, guys, don't forget. So anyway, talk about the story. Forgot that little story I was telling you there. So yes, I'm in the hospital. It was bad. This is the second hospital, second operation. To have one ending up like 58 and a half I was. It's bad, but to have 2 at 58 is horrendous. He said it's really going to be hard for the recovery. He said he might never walk again in this one at Emma. This is he said the bottom one is bad. Calcified bone, the bottom of his back. It's that much of it. He said it's really, really going to be hard for him to recover. But it has been, it's really hard, but I'm getting there day by day. I'm not going to give up. The Lord's with me every day, and you's up with me. You's give me the strength, use people to keep going. Because I think if I give up, there's going to be someone here get hurt. Somebody in here who's poorly, can't phone me or contact me, who's got depression, or somebody who's want to lose weight, things like that. So I always keep saying, Lord, I'm going to keep right for the people. And keep fighting for the people. I'm not going to come down. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. I put my hands up and said, look, I fucked up. I said this. I shouldn't have said it. You know, I'm not going to come on him. I can't say something I haven't done. We've got the maniac. We've got that Irish bull who's a complete heroin addict. And we've got him a heroin addict. He's not just a heroin addict. They're both alcoholics, both heroin addicts, and both on coke. So that their minds, like same as the other one, the decade addicts, there's 4 of them, all on coke, all on heroin, all on alcohol, and all on tablets, and all psychotic and out of hospital, mental hospitals, all mentally ill. And that other one's going, well, I used to do armed robberies. No, you didn't. You robbed old women coming out of post offices, and you robbed old men coming out. Because when you do them, 78-year-old man, you know there's no comebacks. That's why they do it, the cheesy bastards. Yeah, hangman tinfoils are more cheesy. He's horrible and he's alive. So, I've got to begin the story. I keep getting them losing it. So I'm in hospital, Tina Shaw, Roy Shaw, you know Roy Shaw guys, they're fucking one of the greatest fighter ever lived. I've got the Roy Shaw tapes. He always has to Steve Rafe went, they've been on for 6 years. Absolute shite. He's just talking about his fucking asshole. We've started doing the documentary, it's going to be done this month. All the flabble, I'll let him keep doing it. That couldn't keep doing it. I don't say it, I'll leave it for about 3 or 4 months. We had Tina Shaw up, and we've got the video of Tina. Tina come and went, what the fuck's that about? That's toilet roll. My father was a fucking legend. That's just fucking toilet paper right through the book. She said, you are a joke. She said, you never knew me. Phone me right now if you know me. Phone me now if you're going out with me for drinks and going to my house and stay at my house. You've never been to my house. Where the hell? Give me the name of my house and the address. Couldn't do it because you're a fucking liar, aren't you? Compulsive. She called you out and made you look a fool. Wait, you see what you're going to be like the next few days. You won't come on YouTube for months when these come out. You won't come on like you did when he was calling me a spack and a retard. He went, the only way out, but no Sherry. I'm going to have to hang myself. So what he does, he starts playing, like Carol said, he starts playing the victim, so he feels sorry for him. That's what he does. He's the other one. I'm in hospital with pneumonia. They all seem, when I have a word with them, they all seem to have these speech impediments and ailments come on because the taxman gets shouted at them. They start fucking, and the doctor said, I'm going to die in a week. Come out all the fucking shit, the absolute shit they do. Tinfoil flavour. Oh, yeah, mate, you couldn't have tinfoil flavour. You could not. If you bought tinfoil crisps, I'd fucking strangle you. I would to me. I'd have to come and strangle you. I would have to. Tinfoil crisps. How to make, I know, beauty. How to put kids off eating crisps. Tinfoil's face on the front. Ooh, Mama, don't then. Or picture on the wall. You know, the rehab and think, fuck, I'm going to do a runner here. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get some coke, going to some crack. And then you open the curtains, the steel shutters, and on the steel shutters, there's a big fucking tinfoil head going, and you look at the face and go, fuck that, I don't look like you. I'm staying in. I just want to stay in longer, please. Can you keep me in for years? Don't let me look like him. Please don't let me come like that. And it'll be like a warning. Do you want to look like this? Please do not leave these premises. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. It's like a fucking puppet on a string. Tina Shaw out with him. Carol Edwards out with him. Every fucker's out with him. Marital with Joseph Turner. Dale Brendan Hyde. He said, I'm getting Brian Cockerill and I'm coming to your house. So Dale contacted him and went, Dale, it's all shit, son. It's all shit. Trying to frighten people with your name. It's just always trying to bully people. I'm getting Paul Dennis on you. Paul's phoned and said, tell Brian I've never said a word. Richie phoned, he said, I didn't even realise Brian was that bad. He said, I haven't said nothing about Brian. He said the other day, Mickey went, not one person you've said, Vulture loves you. He absolutely loves you. I love you. Richie loves you. The other lads love you. Stevie and Robbie. Big Keno loves you. No one in this town dislikes you. You've done nothing wrong to anyone for anyone to dislike you. You're a fucking legend. You're a legend everywhere. I said, like the people talk about you, talk good. Look at people like fucking Ernie Buick, one of the greatest fighters in the North East. Thinks the world of you. So I wouldn't listen to the idiots, he said. When people like Eddie would call you, and people like me calling you, then you got a problem. He said, but people like that are sticking up for you, and I stick up for you because I know what you like. I've known you all your life. I'm not your friend. We're family. So I was over the moon with that, so I'm going to go and see him in a couple of days. I've got a full day over there with all the lads, get some pictures and that. Just as the fucking prick's fucking head, and then he hates it. He hates it when all the lads are together. He can't stand it. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. 129 on to do the trolls' heads in. We're doing really good, but we need to get a few more people to subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, but it just gets it up to the 35,000. I think we're about 300 off, just less than 300 off 35,000 subscribers. It's doing really well. Crisps or chocolate? None. And now and then I'll have a packet of crisps, plain crisps. I couldn't eat. I came in with Charlie one day. She had 18 bags. She had 6 packs of crisps, 6 packets of Quavers, and 6 packets of them cheese. What's them cheesy Watsits? And then she had 4 1.5 litres of Iron Brew full fat, and 1.5 litres of Coca-Cola full fat. I went, what are them for? I thought, no, you have a kids' party with all the crisps and that. I'll just me and Jameson upstairs in the bed while Jamie's downstairs doing his work on his computer. So she sits in the bedroom upstairs to feed her. You need a fucking catapult. Well, the fish, what you're going to see when you throw in for fucking sharks and that. That's what she's like. Never misses one. Fucking hell. Pork pie fucking eater. Yeah, she is a fucking pork pie eater. I'm a legal secretary. No, you're not a legal secretary. You work in the fucking gas department in the fucking City Advice Bureau. Stop telling lies to people, you crank. Phone up and ask for it, you'll see. Charlie, how can I help you? Only with the gas. Holding up people's fucking kids' homes. Terrible.
Right, Carl Walker saying hi to you and Anne Rafter.
Are you Anne Rafter? Are you Carl Walker? Sorry guys, I can't see you in here. My eyes are fucking terrible. Can't see you. It must have been on. I'm not being ignorant to you guys, so if I've seen you, I've seen. I'm not really looking at the stuff. Besides fucking YouTube wars on our side. YouTube, come up the YouTube wars. I think what somebody said, Emma, somebody put on, I don't know if it was Steve or someone said, 80% of people are believing what Emma and Brian are saying. Don't come in and ask me any more questions then. You're not listening to me. We don't want to listen to you.
YouTube Warzone it's called.
Yeah.
YouTube Warzone.
Yeah. YouTube Warzone. Welcome to the channel. Another one of the revolution. We'll beat the trolls. We stick together as a family. We can stick together. We can do anything. If you can't do it on your own, no man's an island. You can't do it on your own. No matter how big you are, how tough you are, the bastards keep chiseling at you and chiseling. They'll break you down. But if you stick together, united you stand, divided you fall. And they're trying to do what the Romans used to do: divide the Germans away from the dead Danish, get them away from that one. Conquer and divide. Then say to the Germans, we'll give you this much money. Then say to them ones, we'll give you that much money. They know in the wars, that's what they do. And then in the end, they turn in on every fucker and take a lot off them. That's what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is a gang of people with YouTube channels. Some of them are millionaires. And what they're trying to do, people like myself and Emma and a few other channels like Exposure, PP, all them type of people, good people, or just who've got good channels, they were trying to shut us down so they can take over YouTube and sprout out the fucking devil worship shit, blaming us for devil worshippers. Fucking insanity. Never ever in my life have I fucking thought about being a devil worshipper. We're killing babies and sacrificing them in the hills. Well, how the fuck do I get up the hills when I'm fucking hardly walking? Are you fucking mental? I'm not exactly fucking Sebastian Korma, for fuck's sake. It's always up the hills, isn't it? Where in the hills and far away. Fucking hell. I'm lucky to get in my car and drive to Tesco's fucking or Teesside Park for about fucking 20 minutes out. I got out the other day, Chris Cockerill told me I went to Red Car for about 40 minutes. I was in bed all day till 4 o'clock. I was got today at 4 o'clock. Fucking hips killing me. Over the hills and far away. Fucking hell. They never like to say, they never where people can see you. They're always like in the middle of a graveyard or something, fucking Edinburgh. Oh, he's gone to America. He's up there. He's fighting. He's in the Himalayas. He's a devil worshipper in the Himalayas. Fucking hell, take 3 months or something to climb the mountain, but they've got you up the mountain in half an hour. He's gone up the Himalayas. He's a devil worshipper on the top of the Himalayas. He's fighting the fucking Yeti. The abominable snowman's fighting with him. The shit that come out is unreal. But when you put what we do is we don't say something that's not true. We say the truth. If you say lies, they can go and say, well, here it is, here's lying. So you look daft. So always put the truth out. The truth sets you free. And when your truth does come out, people go, fucking hell, Brian was right. And people who were on here think, I don't think you've got this right. And they go, Brian, I'm really sorry. I really believed him. So loads have come on and said, I thought he was all right. I thought he was all right. But that's what they do. Irish Carl walk there, your son. They're not blocked you. No one blocked you. No one's blocked you. I've seen you. Steve Carl's in the chat and he wants you to get hold of him. Yep, I'll tell him. He says, one top film, Mason Lady, yes, that one. Yeah, you get people, they're insane, and they fucking talk shite. And then when you say, show me the proof, they haven't got it. It was, oh, yeah, I had it because I'll give it to my uncle. The dog got it, the cat ate it, the butchie got it, then it jumped into the goldfish bowl. Then 2 crows come out the back garden, they jumped on it. That's your type of story, tinfoil. It's made up shit. The voices of Marital. And we're not putting up a Brian putting children in freezers. But if you'd done that, you'd be charged with the police. You'd be in every fucking paper in the world, and you'd never live it down putting kids in freezers. What were the finders, crispy baby freezers? Or were the fucking bird's eye babies, fucking finders, crispy babies? Fucking shite you come out with, you tinfoil. They're fucking shit you come out. You know why you come out like that? Because you're a fucking alcoholic bum, junkie dial. Let me go. Pure fucking smackhead he is. Pure smackhead. Smackhead with no teeth. Graham, piss pack. I'll piss you back, Charlie. Yeah, she does piss her back. 62 people on. Don't forget to push the like buttons, guys. I'm ready to hit the like buttons, Brian and Coward, yeah. Hi, Brian, and I've just seen Cal myself. There he is there. Fucking back's bad. Sides aching. Yeah, so all this fucking carry on with the lies we make. If you've got the truth about it, put somebody out, yeah, no problem. What, dancing around the graveyard in fucking Edinburgh at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, how the fuck do you get up there? Who's looked after Eli when we were away then? And Bobby? Fucking balmy. How would I do all the way there? About 10 hours, I think it is, to get somewhere like Edinburgh. Then you've got to find the place where you're supposed to be dancing around. And then you've got to build your bonfire for all you keep warm. You've got your devil worship to paint your devils on you. Then you've got your forks to get your forks out. And then you've got your pigs to do. And then you've got to slaughter them. What a load of fucking shit. Absolutely mental patient. And fucking drugging. He's another one. Obsessed. Mentally deranged. Got mental health problems. Definitely got mental health problems. Calling people names. Devil worshippers. But you see that thing she put on with like a devil? Emma, Emma's facing that. Fucking hell. Serious trouble, that, like, serious trouble. Serious fucking trouble. Can't do things like that and get away with that. Not in this way, they can't. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, guys. Fucking side screen, yeah. Stomach's bad and all. That medicine's ringing. Yes. And they call it puppy love. Next we'll be eating puppies next. Man, we had a long time recovery, thanks. All the pain. Autistic Pro, just long-term recovery, thanks. Still, yeah, mate, you were the same. You had the same injuries with me. It's fucking horrible, mate. Innit? Some days you just feel like fucking like you don't want to wake up, do you? And then men I don't God, what have you got me woke up for today? I feel fucking just let me fall asleep, not wake up. You feel fucking that bad. Fucking hands terrible. It's fucking struggling to go to the toilet, but I fucking paid me prostrate's like enlarged. I've got fucking divvies and I'll fight you there. I couldn't have loose the lace of my fucking boots in my day. 5 decades when I knocked 5 years out in one go. I sparked a lot of years in one go. 5 decades in one go I knocked out. That's how good I was. Not a fucking getting little punches off little kids, 30 stone lads and that and struggling. I was fighting fucking gangs, big gangs, monsters, 20 odd stone lads, 6'8", 6'10", fucking travellers and that from all over the fucking place I was fighting. You fucking couldn't have lasted in my world, you silly cunt. Freedom, support your channel. Oh, and Rafter, I know I'm Rafter now. Kev Kirtley's friend, yeah. How you, Anne? You're okay, love?
And Rafter's a lovely lady to ride.
Yeah, she's kept from Winniebank, isn't she, if I'm right?
Yeah, Winniebank.
Yeah, lovely woman. All proper people like that. When you've got people like Anne on your side and Maria and all these great people, and here I'm Raider and Racing Lady and the other Emma and Racing Lady, sorry, and Donna and all them. They're all lovely ladies. They're all nice people. They've all got good hearts. They're nothing like the fucking tinfoil's wife who's just poison. And these type of people, and they would think like that they thought, they'd end up putting a bullet in your head. And any of us would. If they thought like how they thought, them lot, we can't think how they think because we're made up normal. We're normal people. We'll see a little kid fall over and hurt their leg or something, where he'll go, he'll laugh his head off at the kid falling over. But when I'm like, fucking hell, what you doing? Didn't have bang her head there, didn't she? I mean, the kid fell over and I felt straight. He's laughing at the kid. I'm like, you fucking not right in the head, yo. Little kid, about 7-year-old, fell over. She said, you can have to the deck there. He's laughing at the kid falling over. Fucking twisted.
Over 60-year-old, she's lovely. But yeah, so Steve, Carl Walker's apologising to bring stuff to your chat, but it's the only chance you can get to speak to Steve. So I said Steve's going to ring him after the live. Steve's promised, so
yeah, we'll get sorted.
That's odd. But Anne Rafter, so you've been timed out. Ram Raider did it by accident.
Yeah, there's that many love. There's that many people.
She's a beautiful lady. When you were in hospital, remember?
Yeah,
she sent you 50 quid, didn't she?
Yeah, what it is, and it's like a minefield at the moment. So you don't know who the fuck's right and who's right. We know you're right because we know you through Kevin. You know what I mean? And from the old days, but with people are doing it in case they call it Emma or calling me, and they're just trying to save us. So I apologise profusely, but we love you all the world, and you're welcome anytime. You know that. See what I mean? But it's like a minefield. You've got lovely people like I'm there trying to give you like keep going, and we love you and all that. But then you're thinking, is it him? It's fucking terrible, honestly. No, Abraham Reddy, you did the right thing. It's one of them things, and she understands. She's a lovely lady, proper woman, you know, like Emma, lovely woman. Yeah, it's just like a fucking you're getting texts off of it. I got about 40 yesterday. Brian, them things you did to them little girls 30 odd years ago, you're going to jail. The police have told me. I went, what little girl? What's the names of them? Just tell me the names of these girls, please. So I'm going down the police station and speak to the police. And I'm thinking of going down the police station anyway and having it out with them to say, look, he's at it again, Tim Malonce. So I'm thinking of just going down. I'm fucking sick of these fucking shit. And saying, this cunt is at it again with these lies, putting shit up about me again because it's pure malicious communication. It's pure malicious where you go to jail for it. So, yeah, I have the right to go and fucking defend myself. Call me a nonce. 30 odd years ago, I've been to London 3 times in my life. Twice with Robbie. We went straight down there and we're getting that stuff. We were selling it years ago. It was about 1993, 94. And another time I went down. I was on the run for the armed response. I went down. I stayed there and it was at Surrey Quays. A lad called Steve Newman. There was one lass there. It was a black lass. It was my mate's wife. And he was there. There was no kids out in the house. So that's the only times I've been. So I can prove 100%. And the time when he said I was down in London supposed to be assaulting these kids, I was in jail in 91 till nearly 92. So he's just a fucking compulsive liar trying to throw mud at a wall so it sticks. But if you have the proof, you go, well, there it is in the paper. There it is in the Gazette, like I've been doing with fucking... Here's Mandy Jameson talking about Decker. Here's John McLean talking. I put the truth up. All you put is words up. Because I tell you what words, and all you are is a crank. So if you've got any of these things, what I'm supposed to have done, please indulge me and show the public what I've done. Anne Rafter knows me. Not once. And anyone, Winniebanks called me. And in Middlesbrough, Stockton, Newcastle, Sunderland, not one fucking person. You and your lies. You and your daft little troll gang. You've got your hand there. She's been done for trolling, allegedly touching 2 police officers up, and you're calling me. You're calling me a fucking wrong un, cheeky bastard. A wrong un, when you're sitting watching gay porn in your house with your trousers down your ankles and you know what he's doing. Then you tried it on the poor man. I came to the house, knocked on the door. How are you? What's about you? We went, he just tried it on with me. He went, I'm not be come down with a towel around his neck and round his front like that. He tied round me. Oh, Maniac. He said, your eyes for a man. I'll get Maniac to come on. Come on, mate, couldn't you? Come on. He went, what it was, he said, I'm not being funny. I'm not saying this in a gay way. You've got the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen on a bloke. He said, you and Bobby knocked on the door. I said, no, thank fuck for that. He said, I shit myself. He said, he tried it on with me, the dirty bastard. That was Maniac from Stockton. He doesn't lie. He said, I was going to punch his fucking face in. He was with us again, and Maniac in the do at the end. What's going to be up? You're going to say that. Oh, my name is Jamie. You're going to tell you what, you'll watch it about 100 times because it's that fucking funny. They're going, put the fucking mic down, sit down, give Brian the mic. And he's going, just mortal drunk and full of shit, full of tablets. But he's them when he goes. He's got another one going, I smoke crack and weed. I smoke crack and weed, Cockerill, you spastic, you retard, you mong. You are a fucking spastic, you fucking retard. It goes on and on and on with one, and then another one. He put 17 videos up. That's hate crime, that. Hate crime. And then he goes, I got my friend Richie Orsley 15 times. Threaten you. I got my other friend, Mick Sorby, 15 times to threaten you. I got my friend Paul Bennett to threaten you 20 times. You didn't dare answer the phone. You wouldn't answer him because you're a fucking coward. I arranged the fight, you wouldn't fight them. But I couldn't fight no one. I was in I was in fucking the Cook Hospital. I was in North Teesfest in the Cook Hospital, paralysed from the neck down. That's why I couldn't answer the phone. I couldn't even pick them. I had to be hand fed by the nurses. I couldn't even fucking wipe my fucking ass out in the hospital by the nurses. That's how bad I was. I couldn't do nothing. But that cunt was torturing me, saying all my friends were calling me. And Paul said, tell Brian I think the world of him, he's a great lad. I'd never do that to him. He's a great lad. It was Paul Bennett. I thought, brilliant. Then Vulture come and said, none of us have called you, Brian. He said, it's that fucking little crank. He said, do us a favour, Vulture. I'll do your book. He went, oh, yeah, no problem. No, nice one, Shaw. That's all the talk out. He put, nice one, Shaw. I went, I'll do your documentary. And oh, brilliant. I'll get you in a movie. And oh, brilliant. Thanks very much. He said, when we're going to do it, he said, well, you have to do a little favour for me first. I want you to go on the podcast, Robson, first name now, Robson podcast in Hartlepool, and call Brian Cockerill. He went, fuck off, I'll knock you out in a minute, you daft cunt, get the fuck out, fuck off now. Me and Brian have been brothers since we were fucking kids. I've known him fucking 48 years, I think it was at the time. He said, I'm not going to call that man, he's my fucking brother. He said, no, fuck off. Shove your documentary, the movie, and you book up your ass, you little fucking freak. Chased him out of Marital. And then he came on Paul Suggett the other week. I know he's come on Paul, just if they say, no, it was Brian, it's him. Everyone's come forward and said it's him. Everyone's coming forward. And now we put the movie up, he's going, no one's going to go at that movie, it's going to be shit. Well, how the fuck do you know it's going to be shit? But the tickets are there, like for the movie to go to, the movie's going to be shit, and no one's going to go at that. It's garbage. But well, what are your movies? Your movies are made in about 2 hours. The stupid fucking 2 hour documentary. Like I do a better one talking to these guys on here than you do walking about. You both not going to do that with you no more. He's finished with you. They've all fucked you off. Paul said to me, he said, I know it's not you now. I know it's him. He said, but I was never going to do this. We never had the tape recordings from Roy Shaw. He's lying. It was Roy Shaw's son. Gary had them. But he was trying to persuade to get them off him, but he was pretending we've also been rolling. We've started the movie. It's all fucking lies. Paul said, we haven't even set a camera up. It's all lies, made up again. All lies from tinfoil. Same as the Paul Sykes movie. Yeah, we're going to be making it soon. We've all the camera crew in, we're all the gear, it's all going. We said that about 100 times. It's 9.5 years. There's still no Paul Sykes movie because there's never going to be one. Because the people in Wakefield said Dale's a great lad, they all love Dale. They said if they do go do one, but they're not going to. It was Western Edge Pictures. They don't even make films no more. and it was said about 7 or 8 years ago they were going to do it, and it wasn't real. He pretended they were going to do it with them. He got Rob Benton, the owner of the book company, to say, "Oh yeah, we're doing a book, but we've also been contacted by Western Edge Pictures. They've said they're going to do a movie." Now I could do that to Stephen Rafe tonight. Could Stephen say I'm doing a book, or Lee Wortley? Yeah, I've done a book on Brian Cockerill, and we're going. I can get the lad I've just done the documentary. I've just done the film with. This is Birmingham, comes out in November. He was saying that's all lies. Cockerill's head. It's all he's made up head. He's made it all up. There's no film. He hasn't been to Birmingham. No, he's full of shit. He can't even walk. How could he go to Birmingham and do a movie? He can't walk. It's all lies, made up. But we'll see one, because I'm going to put out the little clips in it when I'm stood in the fucking place doing the drug deal in the warehouse in Birmingham. You're a jealous bastard. You're one jealous fucker, because our things is going up and up and up and up. You can't help it. The jealousy is killing you. Our success is just driving you insane. You're sat Billy no mates. You've got no money coming in, and your house has been repossessed. Your house wasn't, you didn't get put in a place house. You lost your own house. It was repossessed because you hadn't paid your mortgage for months and months and months. And there's been people knocking on the door, and the neighbours saying, "Do you know where he's gone? He owes money for this, he owes money for that. He's got this, he's got that." So you've got loads of stuff like wash machines and tumble dryers and all sorts. Got them all in Chucky and bumped everyone. You've done this now 9 times. You've moved in 10 years or 12 years. 9 moves in 9 moves in 10 years. No, sorry, I'm lying. 9 moves in 12 years. He deliberately falls out with people, puts his own windows through, pretends somebody else is doing it so he can get a free move. Because when your windows get put, the other said, "Do you want to move?" Because we've got the window put through. We've got the window put through. We've got a fire bomb. We've got a smoke bomb. We've got another smoke bomb. And we've got a fire bomb in the garage. Set the garage are like, "Need better than the house could have killed me. Like, we can move you. We're a special team from such and such. We can move you." I went, "Fuck off." I said, "I'm not being disrespectful of it. I'm not being like 4 coppers come. We can move you now. We can get you a new place." I don't want a new place. I'm not going to run for my fucking house. I've got a year left to pay the mortgage on it, so I'm going to put up for sale, sell it, and get a smaller place for me, Emma and Bobby, because it's too big. It's fucking too much hard work for that. Keep on top of that, and it's just too big. So we're going to downsize, and what we've got left, we'll pay the mortgage off, get another smaller house, still stay to the Teesside, and just maybe get a bungalow or something. That's what's better for me, for my legs, so I'm not running downstairs and stuff. And I'm going to get a big fucking Alsatian. When I had a scrappy, not one person come to the door. When they did, he went, "Woof!" And Carol, I'll tell you, was fucking massive. And when he barked, you fucking jumped, believe me. With Lee and I being a baby, he's not a fighting dog, even though he is a fighting dog. We brought him up like a baby. When I had Charlie, no one dared come to the door. The police would fucking stand outside, wouldn't dare go fucking berserk trying to get in the door. So we've got a friend who, Malamy Alsatians, I think they're called. He does them. He said he'd give us one for nothing and train it as a proper guard dog. Like I had Scrappy, like, guard, woof. And I'd say, up. I know if I went, watch him, he starts down with his teeth. And he was over 10 stone, that dog. He was fucking monstrous. And Carol's got the same dog. And they're the most, I'm not joking, they're the most bravest dogs on the planet, them, the American Akitas. And they won't back down to fucking nothing. They fight two of them will kill a black bear, 300-pound, 10-foot bear. And they come straight from wolves. You get dogs. You've got 14 dogs from Asia. They're all straight from, you get a dog, Jack Russell. Your dog, whatever. Dog, bulldog, dog, boxer. But these go dog, American Akita. Not dog, a Japanese Akita. So what happened is, we go back over 600 years. The Japanese royal family used to have them as guard dogs, protection and hunting. 600-pound pig, a boar that can bring down. So they've got that, the mechanisms are unreal. So they've got a special thing in their blood where it can goes right down, while we would freeze to death in 3 minutes. They can live in it months. They've got a dew claw, it's massive. I said, why is that claw bigger than the other ones? It's that big, like most dogs aren't as big. But when they fall in the ice, they stick it in like a hook and they'll pull themselves out of the ice. They've also got a black coat underneath. But it's a nightmare because it's like it's like plastic. So when the mold, the dust that's when my eyes would be terrible. It molds like mad. So it's like dust coming up every day in there. And they've got a massive coat on the top. So when you bite, can't get through it, I think the coat. And they molt every day like sheep. And they've got monstrous fucking teeth, razor sharp teeth, and the bite on them's unbelievable. But the main thing they're for, the endurance. They can pull a sledge for about 10 mile, 15 mile an hour. Non-stop pulling it, super fucking strong. But what they mean abundance is they love kids and they'll fight tooth and nail. So in Japan, if you get bad in England, they'll come and give you some flowers or chocolate. In over there was a dog called Hachi, and it's in a film, but it's not the real one, but it shows you. Go and watch that film, Hachi. If you don't cry, I'll give you £1 million. Every time I watch it, you cry. So anyway, he finds this little pup, calls him Hachi, gets him, goes on the train. Every day he goes to work on the train. He's a businessman. Anyway, he has a heart attack. The dog's waiting for him every day, waiting. So he's not coming back. So the family move away. He stays there at the train station for 12 years. Every day he sits on the track, waiting. He's under an old static train. He lives under there. And the people feed him like hot dogs and food and that. All the people feed him there. 12, 13-year-old he died. My scrap, he was 11. But they won't leave the owners. If you take them away from like Carol's got one. If you take that dog away from Carol, that dog will die in 2 or 3 days. They're so much loving to the owners. And she's got one. And they're also loving dogs. But in Japan, they can't afford a lot of money. So what they do is they put the kids at home, got the baby in the cot and things like that, and they'll leave their kids in the house 2 hours or something, or 3 hours, and go shopping and do all the stuff, come back, and the Akita stood there at the door, won't let no one in the fucking house. They'll fight to the death for the kids. They won't back down to nothing. And they're so loving and loyal. They're just big, massive teddy bears. I call them teddy bear dogs. But the hard work to look after, if you've never had one, you've got to have had dogs all your life to have them. But they're so brave, unbelievable. But he passed away when he was 11. So since then, we've had nothing but fucking trouble. Since Scrap's gone, John McLean said that the other month. He said, "You never had no trouble when Scrappy was about." I said, "Yeah, you're right. Nobody dare come to the fucking house. He'd let you in. You were nice. You should let Carol. They loved Carol. He'd let certain people he wouldn't let in. Certain people go, they just have a sixth sense. He never liked tinfoil. He fucking hated him. Dogs no, they're not daft. It's fucking sad. I'll wake up and I'll go to Scraps. I still see it every day. And he go again on the side of the bed. He's not there. So anyway, this dog waited 13 years. So in Japan, they've got a big statue at the train station. It's got Hachi the dog. So what they're doing in there, they'll come and give you a little Hachi dog or a little plaque with Hachi's name on it to give you, to give you a lift and a spirit, because they're so brave and they're so loving. It makes it. So there was a woman called Helen Kessler. She's deaf, dumb, and blind woman who went to America after. So when the war was over, they were dying out because the Japanese were bombed into Hiroshima. 100,000 people were killed in one bomb, and Nagasaki, so I think 200,000 people were wiped out. So when they got there, the people were eating the dogs and the fur coats to keep warm. So the Americans, nothing to do with America, it's to do with the Americans come with the German Shepherds, which are fucking super intelligent dogs, brave. So they bred the Japanese Akita with the German Shepherds, and that's where you get the American Akita from. So they took it back to there in 1945, I think it was. 45, and she was there, and it wasn't until 1990 it became a working dog, and now the class is not a mongrel, the class is a proper dog. But their thing is strength. Their fucking strength in them. They've got a double jointed paw. They sit like that, they're posh. Put their hand on the foot, do that. Sit there like fucking posh. They'll sit with the paw like that, and they've got a double jointed paw. The dog, and they also the only dog in the world that hunts stealth. They don't make a noise when they hunt. Like the only dog hunts like a cat. Unbelievable. They fucking smell. They can smell another bitch on 5, 6, 7 miles away. And when he was a baby, he jumped the fence, right over the fucking 5-foot fence, jumped it. But he's only skinny. What they are, they're big, but when they're babies, like, they don't fit out till about 5, 6 year old. Skinny as fuck. They look like they've got malnutrition. He looks like a bag of bones, but they're super fit. So one day, me and Bobby only left the fucking door. We had a door, one of them doors where you shut it and it didn't shut properly. So Scrappy straight off because they love to escape. So he's gone. Oh, fucking. So we go in the car, reversed off. goes down near the cut, sees this big bushy tail like basil brush. And there he is. I went, can't be that fucking far. And how's he got that? Anyway, he goes around this corner. And I said, hey, mate, you haven't seen the key? He said, yeah. He said, he's just been in my house and stole a Yorkie. I thought, well, how the fuck's he got in the packet for the biscuits? He said, no, not a Yorkie biscuit. My dog. I thought, what do you mean the dog? He said, the dog's got a coat on. Your dog's picked up. He's ran off with the dog. He's run down the street with a fucking Yorkie terrier in his mouth. Never heard it. Had it by the collar and playing with it like it was a pup, like it was a fucking toy. He thought it was a fucking toy dog. He fucking come running on the corner, dropped the Yorkshire Terrier, ran and jumped in the car and went, go, 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 as if it looked like he did an armed robbery. He stole the fucking Yorkie. I said, how's he got in your kitchen? How would he open the pack of the biscuits or the biscuits? And he went, no, he hasn't pinched it. It's a Yorkshire Terrier dog. He's got a little tartan coat on. He's run off with the fucking dog. I couldn't stop laughing. The man was pissing himself as well. There was nothing wrong with him. I never hurt him. Leaving that shot and just dropped him. The little dog ran up. That was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Pissing ourselves laughing. He was so funny, He do, make us laugh. He honestly, and it breaks your heart out of him, but he was so loving. He was. I tell you what, it was a nightmare. When other dogs come. So what they do is, they're great with people coming in. But when you switch them and say that you've got, like, say, my nieces were there, they're only babies. Jamie Lee, she drove me out, she drove scraps. And then two big red setters come, and you went, like that, and they just fucking scattered, shit themselves. Then two bulldogs come. Another time, chase two bulldogs. So, fighting them, what they do, the key is, they fight with the paws. They don't go and biting. They bite like that, with the paws, and they're that big. Once they hit you, the dog goes, we had a fight with the Marital. I said, well, please put your dog on the lead. No, he'd be all right. He's a good dog. I said, no, I'm not on about it. My dog might go for your dog, please. And he snapped the fucking lead. That's how strong he snapped the lead. Steel fucking lead, snapped it. Got it in the Marital, walloped it 2 or 3 times. It hit the floor. And what they do is they pinned him on the floor. Once they pinned him down, they're like a wrestler. And then they seen the dog submersed. So he wasn't vicious. He could rip the throat over it. But they pinned you down. But they use that, the paws, the fight with the paws. They're known for fighting with paws, like the boxers. They do that. But some of them are monstrously big. Unbelievably strong. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And he went missing again. Fucking got out again. So I got a phone call off the council. We think we've got your dog. The vet said, it's your dog. So I went in there, fucking nearly crying again. I'm soft as fuck a dog. So I'm looking for him. Scrap me. He went, big fucking, because the wolves, straight from wolves, could hear him a fucking mile away and stopped turning the bats. I'm coming, son, it's dad. Like doing that noise. He was so funny. Then he would, he's funny. He was. Honestly, the funniest dog I've ever known in my life, he is. $72 thumbs up, guys. Come on, don't forget to push the like buttons. Loads in the chat still. Push you two would fucking stop arguing and get this fucking thing sorted once and for all. For fuck's sake. Yeah. I think now. Yeah, so it was funny, Scrappy, quite hilarious. And some days you'd be really down. And you had these big brown eyes, you'd look in your face. And all you have to do is go. You go to him, walk your park. You go, oof, 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 oof. Fucking the bark on him is fucking monstrous. He loved Carol. She loved him. And she used to bring him meat, bless her. Love this lady could have made Carol. Honest to God, that bastard, but he's underwear. I'm going to make sure this cunt pays for everything he's fucking done. Ted Deal, Teddy Dicko, Marty Joseph Turner, Dale Brendan Hyde. He's fucking threatening people all over. He's going to get in with people. I've told Stephen Sayers, he grassed him up. I said, well, I've got on the phone to Stephen. He said, he's never told me now. He's fucking crank. So now he's obviously calling Stephen now. He's fucking, you know, when he gets done in, because it's going to happen, you know, it's every single person I know, he's going to get done in that cunt. And you know what? No, the cops will think, which fucking past 10,000 people we're going to interview? Well, I'll be the first one. But it can't be me, because I'm up in the hills in Scotland and burying bodies and fucking cutting babies up and eating them, making pies out of them. Fucking hell. And putting kids in freezers. It can't be me. That's my excuse. I'm off of it. I'm out the way. I wouldn't like to dig a grave for fucking Shirley. Fucking hell. I need a fucking digger, all right. She's got one dress, one big dress, and one even bigger dress. She's my ass look fat in these. I said, your ass would look fat in a bell tent. Fucking never mind that fucking thing. Yeah, she's fucking vile, she is. Even her own husband got the custody of the children. Like that one lady. So there's ladies on here now. You know yourself. You never get custody of the man. Never. Unless you're fucking violent. Like the woman. The woman has to be violent for the man to get fucking custody. And we know you're very violent, aren't we, Shirley? You know you're a narcissist. So your own daughters went and stayed with the dad. Not with you. Because every time I was at your house for over say about 6 months to a year, when only seen the kids once, and it was Christmas Day, and you thought, he's taking drugs in front of me, kids. He's threatening me. He spent all the money on rubbish all night. He's sniffing stuff at the table in front of Jameson and my daughters. And you have a word with them, please. And I went, oh, a Christmas fucking day, spoiled my dinner and everything. Went all the way up. She went, well, I'm really bad. She said, my towel, I need a two-fater. Could you get me a couple of diazepam? I said, well, I know someone who's got a couple. I said, how many do you need? She went, it's just toothache. I said, well, a couple will do. She went, yeah, could you get me 40? I went, 40 diazepam for a toothache? So I went, no, it's for him. It's for him. I'm not an idiot. I know exactly what they're for. He takes them by 10 at a time, 20 at a time. Fucking idiot. Then he's trying to say I'm on drugs. So I've said, you can have my hair fronicle. You can have my skin. You can have my the nails are 6 months. You can test anything you want on me, but you won't do it. He said, you want to fight me? So in charity, I'll do it for charity, right? I'll give you 10 to 1 if you win. Whatever you win me, I'll give you 10 times. Say it's £1,000, I'll give you 10 grand, you put a grand up. And we'll do it in the street like real men. Not with little big spongy gloves on and little fanny little minute rest. No, that's shite. Like men, proper men, like Vikings, like fucking warriors, like fucking Celtic warriors. Not like two little mamby-pambies. He's hitting me. No, I need to stop. I need a minute rest. No, let's do it. Let's do it. So the other one just fucking gives up. Because you're a coward. You won't do it. You're great when you're full of drugs. Bullying your own little kid. Bullying your own son. Don't forget, we need 100 like buttons tonight. Big Smithy. Bit heavy this. Yeah, just stop being fucking lodged. Yes, no, scrap yours. That was Charlie that was in the documentary. Charlie was in, that was the McIntyre when you're on about Colin. That was Charlie. He was fucking off it. I've never seen a boxer in my life, apart from Mike Tyson, fight the way he could. Fucking lethal dog. Do you just get like the one off, like one human in it? You get like can fight for fun. He was never scared. And the cops used to say, "Why is that dog always fucking trying to bite us? Because you keep fucking stopping us every day. That's why he doesn't like us. Now fuck off." He said it was about 20 of them pulled me one day. I kicked this door in these yardies. I threw one right through the fucking window, and I grabbed anyway. The others ran upstairs, and they were looking down the rails like that. You know the old-fashioned houses with the railings. Get to bed, Joes. Now get to bed. So I took the coats and I took the car keys because what they were doing, they'll come from Luton and places like that, and they were coming up, rented cars. So I took all the keys off them. Right, I want 300 quid. Right, I want 300 quid off each for the 10 keys. So I was getting through. I had a girl go and getting £300 and giving them the keys. Another one would go. I got £3,000 with the keys. I've got one where I got four grand, and in the car was £4,000 in the part of the year. And I never looked in the other bit. There was 44 grand in the other part. Of fucking devastating. Another one went to our house. It was Elvis Tomo, and it was Tabitha Taylor's near Roman Road, Middlesbrough, and the roofs, the flat roofs. So this big black lady was like something off Zulu. It was fucking massive out the window. You know the old-fashioned sheath windows where you get like the cord and you can pull it. The old Victorian ones. It was open it. So we sat there like that, and I went in with a couple of lads. And he stood anyway. I went to have a fight. He turned around, jumped out the window. So Daz, the other lad, ran after him. And there was somebody had shot a set of handlebars up. So he hit my mate, the handlebars, knocked him on his ass. So he come at me and I hit him in his right hand. I lifted him off his feet. From 25 stone, big fat fucker he was. And he hit the roof and fell right through the fucking roof. And now in London, they don't shout help, they shout murder, murder, murder. So he shouted murder on the roof, wasn't it? Because it was the third one I got from Luton in London. And they all shout murder. So I bit him. I knew the girl who was with him knew me. She said, "Oh, you're Brian Cockerill, aren't you?" Which one? Yes. She said, "There's £5,000 in there if you give us a drink." So I gave her £500. I got £5,000, 3 ounces of crack, and about fucking £500 with the coke. So good tax, but didn't know a little bint for me. Went, "You fucking big useless cunt." I went, "What?" You went, "That was the last 5 ounces they had. They'd been there a month. They had £74,000 in the fucking safe, in the wall safe in the hotel." Fucking devastated. I thought, when you're off your head, all the drugs, you can get the gear and get out and get the money. Come from fucking Luton, coming to Marital to try and fucking sell cheeky cunts. That's the type of people. They weren't just normal people. They were fucking dangerous people. Was taxing. Take some bottle, go in the house, stuff. He went, "Don't you realise they've got guns and everything?" He said, "Look, I've been shot the fuck." He said, "Look, there could be anybody behind that door. You just don't give a fuck, you." Yeah, but when you don't give a fuck, it shows that to them, they shit themselves. If you're going like, "Oh, you're a bit half-hearted," they see that fear in you and they have a go back. And that's how, like in their house, when they try to kill me, when I was 14, they hit me with everything. I was, come on, screaming at them. And I was shouting at them, throwing punches and dropping a few of them, which obviously got the better of me. But I was still fighting. But when you're strong, and you see, boxing's great, but you can't box if somebody grabs your arms and you fucking can pick them up and throw them through a window, or fucking pick them up and throw them through a fucking car window, or pick them up, just smash it, just grab them in the head like that and choke them out. You can't do nothing. All the boxing skill goes out the window. I learned quite a bit of jiu-jitsu, and I learned a bit of karate when I was a kid off just talking about the other day from the lakes. Bob Cumber, he was an ex-7 Dan expert. He was fucking brilliant. His son was a five Dan expert. But you've got to learn different things, bits of judo, bits of jiu-jitsu, all that. You've got to learn little things, because you come up with some fucker who's brilliant in jiu-jitsu and gets you in a certain hold and you can't get out of it. But because you're really big, you can just stand up. Well, I usually stand up and just run back with them. If they've got me around, no there. I'll stand up and run back and just all my body weight, 24 stone with his body weight, smash into a wall, and they just fucking fall down because you broke the bones, or smash into a lamppost. And they're not gonna, with that weight, and you're running back fucking really hard and smash into it, they're gonna fall. But I never was in that situation a lot because I was that big. I just used my power. And if I caught, you see me on the pads in the back garden. The lad who took me on was called Julian Davies. He said, "Brian, you didn't have pads that hard." He said, "You feel like you dislocate your fucking shoulders." And Lee Watley can prove that. He interviewed him, and Matt Legg. Matt Legg will tell you the truth as well. He said he was hitting me that hard. I felt my shoulders were dislocating. And there's a podcast where they talk about it. And it was about the 22 best fighters in Britain, street fighters, and he had me number one in it. He said, out of all the fighters, I showed you the other month in the newspaper club, he said, all the fighters ever come up against with, the one who hit the hardest was Brian Cockerill. In my opinion, a fighter like Brian only comes around maybe 50 to 100 years. He's got all the attributes: speed, power, chin, fitness. He's got everything. He said, so his power's unreal. He said, but he's possibly the strongest and the best fighter I've ever come up against ever. And he said, I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people for the book, and he had been number one in the book. But tinfoil said I was lying, so I went to the middle of the Evening Gazette, got the clip, put it on here, showed everyone. They all went, look, he's telling the truth again. So every time you do something, tinfoil, I just come on with the truth. I'll get the lad to come up to the same as one of the Cosworths. The lads have all been on. Sean Davis and Brian did have Cosworths. Steve Mack said he's had Cosworths. And loads of other people. Steve Shannon. There's about 20 people. Kevin Kilty. Brian had that 5 or 6 Cosworths over the years, he said. So every time you come out and lie about me, I come up with someone who can counteract it. And I won't bring somebody who's making up, because if you get somebody who's making something up, you think, what about that lad who made that story? It was lies. Then you look stupid. That's why I say to people, please, I know you can't stand Decker Higgy, I know he's an animal, I know what he's done, I know he's a wrong one, or Jamie Tinfoil, but don't write lies about them, because it's like being in court. You go to court, you're in court, you look for something, you go, right, I was at my mum's that night. Then they check and say, well, no, you weren't. You were in a pub there, yeah, there's a picture of you dancing on a dance floor and getting a drink with the girl at the bar. So then you go back to fucking say, after you've been cross-examination, well, let's get this right, Mr. Cockerill. Well, you at your mum's, are you in the bar? So you've got to say you're at the bar because it's got the fucking proof. You can't, well, Joe Brian Cockerill's 24 stone, 6'3". So you're fucked. So you have to say, yeah, it was me. So then they regurgitate, they'll go, well, wait a minute, 20 minutes ago, you heard Mr. Cockerill say that was definitely me, not in that, say, situation. But what about the time when he said he was at his mum's and he was in the bar? So regurgitate. So you're fucked. Once you do that, biggest mistake you can do is lie in the jury, and they catch you out with one lie, and the judge will just go over it and over and over it. And mainly the prosecution, and all they have to do is catch you out with one lie and just regurgitate. Well, he lied there and he lied there and he lied there. 3 lies he's told. So how do you know the other 30 lies aren't one of them aren't lies? Then you get caught, you get found guilty, you're fucked. So you always better tell the truth, unless you've got a perfect alibi where you were, with camera, with witnesses, like signed into a nightclub on the door. What I used to do, if I was going to do a job, I'd go to the pictures. I'd get my mate, let me in the back door, go in the pictures. Not sorry, I'd get my mate to, I'd go in the pictures, get in the pictures, start saying, oh, fuck you, start arguing with a girl or something. Or you forgot the keys, I'm going to have to go home and get the keys, something like that, whatever, and argue. Fucking sick of you and all that. So I'd be in there. But what I'd do is, I'd say that, but I say, I've got the keys, they're here. But then when I argue with her, then we go in. She'll go in to the cinema with me, let me out the back door, and there's no cameras. I'll put like an orange, somebody will come along with me with a bag with an orange fucking Cockerill, put that on, put a cushion down my front, tie it around me, shot a wig on, a hat on, and walk down the road like that. As if you're someone else, like your old man, get in a fucking car on the corner, they're not looking at me because I'm still in the pictures. Come back, the job's been done, burn all the stuff out, get in the fucking pictures, go through the back door again before the cinema shuts, and come back out with the girl you went in with. And your alibi's perfect. Well, yeah, in the pictures. I was arguing with the son. She said, oh, yeah, he was. He said he was going to go home, all that shit. Then he went back into the cinema. But because you've gone out the back where nobody's seen you, you get away with it. You've got to use your fucking head. Then while he was in the pictures, he went in and he went out. He come in the front and he went out the front. You can't do fuck all. They might know what you've done, but proving it is a nightmare then. And get these people, they're walking up and go bang, 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 knock 5 people out and walk back out and get caught and go to jail 10 years. You're just incriminating yourself. Fucking hell, my DNA. My DNA, I wish it was a bit better. To all my rag a little. Yeah, we all do it, mate. Don't worry about it. Fucking hell. If you don't lose your rag now and then, it's not worth living. You've got to sometimes shout and scream a little bit to get all the stuff off your chest. This old woman I met, 80-odd, Mary, he was called Bob. I was in Spain. Fucking hell. It was a documentary when the documentary was on. And I was walking down the street and she said, oh, I'm going to walk. I go, 10 fucking miles or something. I go, I can't. I had to get a taxi. I did about 3 miles and I couldn't do any more. Couldn't sweat pot, no being huge. I said, how come you guys have been together all these years? 60-odd years. A bloody good argument, big fella. A bloody good argument. Get it all off your chest. If you think somebody's doing something, your wife, or doing this, that, get it out with her. or she gets out with you and get it all on the table, put your cards on the table, say, well, I'm not happy with you doing this, not happy with you doing that. Get it all out. You might be in a bit of a huff for a couple of days, the both of you. And you sit back and think, yeah, she's right. Yeah, he's right. And then you just get back together and you're all back to lovey-dovey. That's what me and Bob do. Every now and then, we'll have an argument. A big argument. Get it all out. And then you're back together. He said, listen to me. She said, if you don't argue, you don't love your partner. If you don't argue with each other, you don't love each other. And I love the saying. 80-odd-year-old. 60 years since we've been together. So I thought I loved that saying. If you don't argue with your partner, you don't love them. Because you can't, can you? You can't agree with everything somebody says, even if you got them or not. You've got to have it. You don't just argue. You have like a heated argument. Oh, I'm fucking sick of you with this fucking shitty fucking program. I don't like fucking MD or whatever. You know, it's not an argument. It's just like it is an argument, but it's not. But the tinfoils make that into something like, oh, he's even bullying over watching telly or something. You fucking idiots. Just get on with your own fucking life. But you haven't got a life, have you? You haven't got a job. You aren't working no factory. You're a fucking tramp. Little tramp. You're trying to get jobs down London. Big shock coming for you. Big shot, not shock, shot. A big shock coming for you very soon. You'll watch. A very big shock. You get everything's getting fucking stopped. The whole lot. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot. I've done over 2 hours. My back's killing me. I've got a parmesan upstairs. I've got about a quarter of one. I'll have a bit of food, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And thanks, everyone. Don't worry about everyone. He said, she said, he said, she said. It's just the way it is, and it's better than all this fucking shite lies coming out. Just people do lose their head, lose their head sometimes. Because it's stressful. Freedom and still pumping, put great content. Come on, let's get it on. Definitely putting weight on now, Colnana. You said that the other night. My face is getting fatter. The beef's coming back on. My hands are getting bigger. My hands are growing again now. When I had my hands were a little bit bigger than that. I should grab them like that by the face and just squish the face and go, fucking behave now. And just, like scare them like that, push them. And they go, oh, I'm sorry. Because they feel your strength, or grab them, like pick them up. Say somebody now, so I could just pick them like that and shake them. Fucking stop carrying on and you're going out the door. Do you want to stay or do you want to go out? Like, behave yourself. And then they'll come back and say, can I have a word? Yeah, of course. Sorry about the other night being in the I said, all right, so it's cuddle. All right, love you a bit. Enjoy your night. You're welcome anytime. And that's it done. Don't have to be a daft kid. You just grab them, scare them. You know, like a dog wagging its tail doing that. Wouldn't be, but you're going, and its teeth are fucking growling. And you do that to them. Show your teeth like a lion does to you. And it scares them. That's all you have to do. You don't need to beat daft kids up. You just warn them. You get these bullies getting like 20 odd stone lads and like 10 stone kids in that. That's just being a fucking bully. You can just grab them, tie them up and not to see. I used to sit on the cunts as well. Sit on the stairs on them. Now what are you going to do, eh? What are you going to do now? The back's breaking with the weight. Be sitting on them. Get up anyway and then go and get them a drink and they'll be all right with it. But as of me being a bully, never been a bully. I got bullied as a kid. So I fucking hate bullies. And all this shit with paedophiles. Oh, yes, you were. Paedophiles. Fucking hell. There's nothing fairer from the truth. I even say to God, I say, I know, I love you, Lord. I love you, Jesus, all the world. But I can't forgive paedophiles. Not what happened to my brother when he hanged himself. And that's why I took that book down. Because Paul Sykes was on that book. I didn't know. Because I hadn't got the proofreader off that wrong. And when I got the book, I could have made good money. I think I could have made maybe 20 grand. I'd rather burn this because it's evil, with an evil man in it, and my poor brother in that same book as him. So that's why I give it. That's why I give it away. The other book, the Lee Duffy book, I give that away. I give the documentary away. Put the Lee Duffy, stop the documentary Lee Duffy, and I stopped the other one with Tina Shaw. So it's not over money for me. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to make a few quid, but of people's misery, like Carol would be upset. Carol's kids and that, I wouldn't do it. No decent human being would do it, but he would because it's all about money for him. Fatty, because that's all the thing about money. We're obsessed with money, greed, and money. Yeah, nearly 100 on 83. So I'm going to show guys anyway because my sign's really killing me now. So I love you all. It's been great. You're all brilliant people. Remember, get up in the morning. Before I get out of bed, have 5 to 10 minutes, think what I'm going to do today. Build yourself up. I'm going to have the best day of the day. I'm going to treat my kids. I'm going to go up with my mum. I'm going to go up with my dad. I'm going to get the garage, clean that fucking garage out. I need to cut that grass. Get that done. Wife will come home. Oh, that looks lovely. Make my wife be tea. Instead of making a tea every night, I'm going to treat my wife today. Take the kids to pictures, something. Take the kids out. Seaside park. Take your wife out. Give your wife a break. And just have a nice day. And say, I don't have to love you when you see your wife coming home or your husband coming home. I've missed you today, love. Just tell them you love them. Because sometimes people don't tell their husbands and their wives that they love them enough. And it just get them down. Believe me, I'm telling you, all men are the same. And I love you, I really appreciate what you did for us with the kids and everything. Thanks for today. It's been the best day ever. Just that little niceness there. And your husband go to bed. I love my wife. And it's in their head because then they get a little bit upset and upset, like emotional upset, but a nice one. But they love each other and appreciate each other. And took the world around. Being nice to people. You get there's enough tin foils in the world and decorations in the world. They're the poison of the earth. They're the devil. They're the devil worshippers. So what they do, they try and get in people's ears to whisper you, make you feel down, and your wife's doing this and your wife's doing that, and you're doing that, and your brother's horrible and he's him. And they get in your ear, and the devil whispers in your ear. That's what he is. The devil's greatest trick was convincing man that he doesn't exist. He does exist. If God exists, the devil exists. There's not one and the other. There's two of them, and it's up to who you choose, the good one or the bad one. I know who I choose every time, our Lord Jesus Christ. Right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, all the world. Great people, brilliant people. Love that podcast, brilliant. I loved it. Yes.